Welcome to Glassrook University, new home to genius and adversity. In our hallways are characters with backstories tragic, who fight against fate, with metal or magic. These familiar stories, with echoes still sounding, leave blood on the floor and hearts yet pounding. A game of steam, madness, or hope not yet sunk. I am pleased to present Frankenpunk.
Alive, but I forgot to change out the photos so no one pay attention to the map. But you can go ahead and talk while I fix it.
Okay.
Nobody look at me, I fucked up.
It's okay. Welcome to Frankenpunk. I almost said Paragon Dust because we were just talking about it.
What a weird episode of Paragon Dust.
Welcome
wow.
to...
It's a crossover.
Okay, I get to play Nate.
Welcome to Frankenpunk. Lovely to have you. This episode is called Life and Death. Nothing terrible's gonna happen. It's just gonna be an art class.
Let me pause you real quick.
Yay.
Yeah?
We're back. No one pay attention to me moving things around. Nothing's happening. But go ahead and talk.
Oh, okay. Hi, welcome to Frankenpunk. We're back, shorty.
Yeah, we're back.
Today's episode is Life and Death. And it's just gonna be a fun episode, you know? I'm very excited for what's to come. I'm sure everyone else is too. And I always try and cover this before we start the episode. There's always questions about what Arcana is in the context of this, because we use 5e and there's like magic and stuff. Basically, Arcana is like, think Mercury or uranium in terms of being in the world, being something that can be used a bit. It can be used safely in certain contexts, but people don't really understand it right now, and people are still experimenting with it. And strange stuff can happen with it. Who knows? You know? Nothing bad ever happened in Frankenpunk.
Nothing bad ever happened with Arcana.
There is no war in Bossing Say. Absolutely not.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Alright. So if it is okay, I will just... Alright? Okay. Awesome.
Just the fool,
So
everything's fine.
I love
You're all
you. I love you and I appreciate you. You like...
A pterodactyl?
Sounds like someone's killing a cat.
Strangled seagull.
So this story starts on the campus of Glassrook. The library of Glassrook, actually, or around it, as it is a Thursday afternoon and summer classes have started to begin session. The evening is closing in, and for some of the campus of Glassrook University, and as the sun delays its descent in the sky, the hot air is like sitting heavy on the chest. This is very like it's summer, and I know half the players are dying in the heat. So this is, you know, you can imagine it, the realism of it all.
You have to say
The
that.
hot air is sitting heavy in the chests of just like breathing in hot, stale air. As they're outdoors trying to get where they need to as quickly as possible. And not many people are out and about since it is summer, and not many people actually really live on campus or take extra classes. But now that some have some take it for different reasons. There are those who aren't really rushing around. Some sit by a small body of water called Mallory Lake, like Vidia Decentibus. As she sits by this sort of pond, sort of lake, as the sun sets, and Gratia, kind of tries to intimidate ducks that just sit around the edge. What does Vidia do, and what does she look like?
Harvey said, "I'm out."
Harvey said, "I'd rather not."
Not today.
I'd rather not.
He's going home for summer.
Oh my god, it's fine.
Harvey already had enough. He was like, and that was enough. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Stopping his classes.
Hate it here.
This is Hyde now. Harvey never came
I'll
back.
drop out now. Leave me be.
Oh god.
Vidia is a little yellow tiefling with yellow horns and orange/reddish blush, and she's wearing black round glasses. She has a little white button up, corset, a short little black poofy skirt, big ass boots that make her a whole inch taller than what she is. We gotta shoot for the stars because she's very small. And she's just sitting in the middle of this bench with her feet kind of tucked under her, while Gratia is just screaming at ducks in this weird crow way, raven way. And she's probably vaguely amused as she is doodling in one of her very sparkly, covered in small pictures of puppies and kittens and dolphins and maybe an otter, and there's sparkles and unicorns all over it, and she's just doodling in that notebook, writing something, but she's not looking down the paper. She's just staring up at the water while writing.
Yeah. And as there are different shadows that stretch as people walk past, going to various buildings, the theater has a class, and the library is having one or two classes. Gratia suddenly actually just falls silent from how she's been cawing at these ducks. And looking up at her, you kind of see that she's looking off into the main area to your right. And seems to be watching from where
she pauses, and she's like, "Did you get tired of scaring the ducks, or did you see something different? Wanna say something? Give me something to work with here."
Gratia turns and flies, kind of hops, kind of flies to you, and knocks twice at your feet, and then turns and just mutters, "Different.
What?
Follow."
Follow you, or follow who you're looking at?
Save.
Save.
And then she looks off at a specific student who's walking towards the library.
You are being so cryptic today, and for what?
And the shadow of this person stretches a bit too much out from him as he walks several yards away, and lost in thought is Harvey Lovelace walking towards the library. Lost in thought with his forehead creased. Even at a distance you can see a faint glow of a sort of collar, not even quite hidden by his shirt, and a small box of art supplies in his hands as he's just walking towards the library.
I think Vidia perceives this, and it's just glances down at the bird. You alright, you want me to go to an art class? Is that what I'm hearing right now? You want me to go to an art class? Alright. She starts going.
Just the bird,
she lifts up an arm come on,
Raven
get on.
tilts the head and it's good.
Wow, okay, I don't need this energy from you today. Alright, get on, we're going.
And you probably catch up, start trying to catch up to Harvey. And Harvey, can you describe yourself?
Yeah, I'd say Harvey, He
We're being hate crimes.
Oh, you're breaking up a little
he's
bit.
got
I got a little.
Ooh.
Oh.
accessory. He's got the collar.
Okay, there we go.
That Bonnie made him. He also has.
Oh.
The apprehension.
He can't say the next bit. It's too personal.
Oh my god, he's got his AirPods in. He can't hear
Oh
us.
my god, it's fucking hide.
I'm gonna go run the break. We'll be right back when we get Stevie situated,
He's got a
guys.
flair for
back, shorty.
And we're back.
Dramatic pause. All right, so now we're gonna get into Harvey describing himself.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that, everyone. My internet hates me. But Harvey has a new accessory. He has a little collar that Bonnie had made. He also has bracers, but I unfortunately didn't get time to make them. But he's got matching bracelets with his collar. And this, of course, keeps Hyde under control, keeps him in the back of his head. Harvey does need to let him out every so often, every day or so, just so he doesn't get too loud. But otherwise, Harvey has been doing pretty good. He's been hanging out with Bonnie a lot, and she's been helping him with Hyde and all that stuff. So he's got a little bit of control, but he's still pretty tired. It's exhausting. So I would say as he's walking, he's kind of trying to keep a pep in his step. He looks a little tired, but he's excited with his canvases and his paintbrushes and his little art bucket. He's like, art therapy? This is exactly what I need.
It's gonna go great.
And Video pitter patters up. Just steps in line, slightly behind, matching pace with her little legs, which is 2-3 steps for every one of his. And she's just pokes him, just.
Oh, hi, Vidya.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I think I'm going to try this art class thing, so I'm going to go with you to art.
Oh? I didn't know you were interested in art.
I'm interested in everything, Harvey. I am very much interested because it's going to be very interesting and fun to give many jokes about how I can't see.
Oh. I guess that will be a little funny. Well, I think I bought extra canvases and supplies just because I was excited, so you're more than welcome to have some of mine.
Oh, you're so kind, Yes.
Of course.
Okay, and as you two kind of reconvene and talk to each other of oh, you haven't seen each other in a day.
It's so long.
You walk into the library, and walking up the stairs, ahead of you, you actually see sort of you see one familiar person and then an unfamiliar person, but there's a mechanical young man who's talking to a tiefling, who's your friend Lori, and then a new student. So those students are Lori Byron and Eric Phantom. And can you please describe yourselves? Lori, go first, and then Eric.
Okay. So Lori is standing with Eric, and he's dressed in his riding boots and pants and his full attire that would maybe be better suited for the weather in November, perhaps December, not for summertime. But everything looks really fine quality and really soft against his skin. So he looks very put together, but very out of place. And he looks very tired and very stressed. But he's really talking very animatedly to Eric and gesturing and showing places and clearly telling him about things in the library.
Yeah. And then Eric, please describe yourself.
Yeah. Eric's kind of standing a little awkwardly. He doesn't quite know how to hold himself. But he's dressed to the nines. He wants to make as good a first impression as possible on everyone that he meets. Quite shy. And obviously the most dramatic and noticeable thing on his face is this incredibly intricate mask. Other than that, you see on the other side of it, he has kind of doll-like features, very pristine, very smooth, and about sort of similar height. Apart, if you wouldn't know, he looks just like a regular humanoid, just a little bit more mechanical.
And as you two walk up the stairs, and you're almost actually to the 3rd floor, which is where your class is, what do you two talk about for a bit?
I want to know more about the school. Yeah,
Okay.
where, and just the class that we're going to, about the people, about Laurie themselves. He just wants to know things. He's quite interested in the world. He's quite young in that regard, and doesn't know much about anything really outside of his own head and studies.
Sweet boy.
So then you walk up the stairs, and This group is almost actually together
Stevie, mute
because
yourself.
like
Stevie, mute yourself while you're untangling. We can hear it weird.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
I was saying, you can untangle, just mute yourself while you do
I'm done. It's done. It's done.
So this group is like almost together, and like at this point it's almost like Vidya and Harvey like halfway up the stairs, and then like Lori and Eric almost at like the top of the stairs. And you're all almost to your classroom, which is going to be an art class. And walking in, you see like several other students. Well, actually, this isn't like too big of a class. You see like 3 or 4 other people in this room. And stepping past one of them, their eyes actually just kind of glaze over them. They don't fully comprehend who this person is, kind of purposefully, because this person has kind of cast something, maybe. Dorian Greybreaker stands against a wall of the back of the back of the classroom, and kind of watches as this group files in. Dorian, can you describe yourself?
Yeah, so Dorian is he's 6'4", with a long tumble of like beautiful brown curls. He is very like well dressed in white and blacks and grays. He has this sort of like perfect skin, almost inhumanly so, and the slightest sort of point to his ears hinting towards some sort of like elven heritage. And he stands there rather aloof, but with like a completely sort of ethereal grace. He's pretty.
Yeah. And as the other 4 come in, you guys don't really notice him, kind of purposefully on his part. And looking into this classroom, there are like 3 rows of like 3 seats for you to like sit in to like do this work, with like a little easel, a little stool, and like a table to the side with that you can like put some art supplies on. So out of the 3 rows, like the one closest to the front, the middle one, and the back, where do each of you choose to sit? I'll ask that, because there's only like 2 seats in each that are still free.
Vidya's just gonna keep following Harvey, so she will try to sit next to him.
Okay, Harvey, where
She
do you
doesn't go
sit
here.
I think Harvey might go to the back.
Okay.
We're the
so you
cool
sit.
kids. Ooh.
Yeah. So you take like the middle seat, and then Vidya takes the seat next to you, as there's like this big Goliath who's like sitting with like this. It's not a big canvas. I cannot think of measurements right now, but it's like the
Tiny.
size of like a laptop. And he's like trying to like move around to try and get his stuff set up. He also looks he like looks and he's like so then the back row is filled. So then Lori and Eric, where do you choose to sit?
Eric's
Lori's
kind of
Oh, go
Well,
ahead, Eric. It's your class. I'm just here for shits and giggles. You sit.
I think he's
sit
just
where
going
you
to be nervous, and he's going to follow Laurie. He's just going to be like,
with her butt like.
Pick a seat.
Laura's like, okay, middle. Because he doesn't want to sit in the front.
No one wants
Fair.
to sit in front.
And there are actually some students who are like kind of moving past the back and middle rows trying to get to the front. Like there's a girl with like dark hair tied back who like sits to the far side to like, it seems like actually the best place to sit for like direct view of like the piece, and not the teacher who's also going to be like making it at the same time, of like this bouquet. It's not even like a fresh bouquet or anything, of like flowers in a vase, so like she can see it like directly. And there's like another guy who kind of pops to the front, but also like just kind of looks like he like puts a book on the side, like he's not really here to concentrate on painting either. So like this is happening, and then there's another girl who like sits in the middle and like starts talking to the other girl in the front, like kind of who's like ooh. Yeah, this is kind of you don't really know a lot of people here. The classes haven't been like too big for like the different lines and programs in Glassrook yet, so you're pretty unfamiliar with quite a few people here. Although if I do want to say, if anybody wants to roll like a history check on a person and they get like above a 17, then like you do remember meeting them at some point, and you might know them.
The way I want to know about this Goliath. The way I want to know if we're BFFs.
Do you want to roll a history?
I'd like to roll a history.
Go ahead,
I just want
roll
to know if
history.
he's cool. I know he's cool.
Yeah. Alright.
Roll the natural.
Can
20.
I roll one? Oh shit!
Roll the natural 20. You immediately remember. You immediately remember. This is someone who's like, you know, a bit of like the admissions people who like help like recruit different people to come to Glassrook. And this was someone that they were talking about. His name is Cornelius Allen. And he wasn't too sure about coming, but he's looking to join like the biology study. You met him like maybe a few days ago. He like almost ran into you, and he was like, "I am so sorry. That will not happen again. Eyes down."
She tricked him into taking a cookie. He was trying to say sorry, and she just like tricked him into taking a cookie from her.
He's like holding a cookie. He's like, "Thank you." And then he like walked off.
This is my favorite NPC now. This one.
Yeah, he's like kind of like fixing his stuff on his little table, and he's also like looking around at like the sort of cupboards that line the one side in between the windows of the classroom. And he like reaches a hand over to try and like open one of the bottom ones, and like then the next one, and he just keeps on like trying to kind of lean back and go through them. And then at one of the top ones, he like jumps a little bit, and he takes out a bigger canvas and replaces the small one that he has and puts it in there.
Cute.
Mort.
The way I love
Can I do a history check for the dark-haired girl in the front?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Let me roll for that. So that'll be a crisp 3 plus 8. No, it's plus 6. Plus 6. So I didn't make it. I just am sitting here head empty.
No, you're kind of looking at her, and she does like maybe look familiar, but that's how Lori kind of feels about 60% of the campus.
Yeah. It's the dark hair pulled back. It reminds me of Phelan.
Yeah, and
she's like...
and she's not really wearing anything like distinctive either. She's wearing just kind of like loose pants and like a simple like corset and like dress shirt that already has like paint splotches on it. Okay. So she's not really and she doesn't really turn around much either. She's kind of talking to the girl next to her, but she's not like too concerned. Except for a few times she does like turn and like actually look at her. But yeah. And then unless Eric rolled a natural 20, I don't think he would know.
I don't think he's gonna know a single person, but no, I mean he's got a soft 20. But I don't think he's gonna really.
No, these are
know
like
anyone.
People that like Eric has kind of like learned about in the theater of just like and like through Christine a few times of like, oh yeah, you lately. Like,
I've heard this. I've heard the name. That's that's about it.
So it's like you're kind of like setting up your things and getting familiar with this like new space. Dorian in the back, you finally see the person that like invited you here kind of like rush up the stairs as he is late to teach the class that he's been asked to. You see Basil. I almost said Basil. Basil kind of like
Depends on the accent.
Yeah. Basil kind of like goes up the stairs and is like papers are spilling a little bit, and he's like picking them up off the stairs, and then he like actually looks up and sees you, and he's like, Dorian! Oh, I was worried my letter wouldn't come. I'm so nervous. Oh, and he like looks past the doorway, and he sees that like all the students are in there. And he's like, I couldn't find the classroom.
Dorian's gonna walk up to him and, my dear man, you have nothing to worry about. I kept them well enough entertained till you got here. Alright?
Okay.
It's good to see you.
Yeah.
You look awful. How's your breath like? Take a minute. Alright, compose yourself.
He just like plants his hands like outside of on the wall outside of the doorway, and is like,
Okay, Dorian would straighten his shirt and like help like fan his sweat stains a little bit. Be like, there you are. Come on. You're supposed to get the canvas wet with the paintbrush, not your shirt wet with your armpits, lad. Come on.
and he like walks past the doorway, and he clears his throat, and he like draws attention, both like you and him, that you're like standing behind him, and like that sort of like miasma or like illusion, whatever like made people's like eyes just glaze past you, is gone, and they fully see Dorian Gray behind that Basil.
Laurie gets a little bit in his seat like this, and he's like, Eric, let me know if he sees me. I'm just gonna keep going like this. Just we're good.
You aren't friends?
He's got ab strings. He keeps going.
Yeah, I just see like Laura like tremble, like his like cord is like trembling with the effort, and it's like, okay, let's see how long you can hold that for.
He's a man of spite. He'll do it. He'll do it.
I believe him.
He paints the entire painting like this.
Just an arm coming up with a paintbrush.
Exactly.
Basil like looks to the class, and he's like, it's wonderful to be able to teach this class for you. I am your teacher, Basil. You probably shouldn't call me by my first name. Well, actually, no, you can call me by my first name. I'm a sort of substitute at the moment. Yes, the Grahams will not be teaching the class, Aloysius and Almira. So I will be leading you in just some still life paintings. It's wonderful to be able to teach this class, and I'm sure we'll all have a great time. I'm not really here to like critique you. I'm here to sort of guide you in creating realistic pictures. So like, yes, and he like just like walks towards the front of the class, face like a bit red, and like sets up his own stuff, and everyone kind of goes back to talking, and Eulalie and, well, I said her name, but the two girls in the front lean towards each other, like the dark-haired girl, like fully kind of invested now, like leans over to the other girl and starts like whispering to each other. And by the way, I should say these rows aren't like far apart. This is a fairly small classroom.
Okay.
So I'd say Vidya and Harvey would be at disadvantage to like try and listen into this with like perception or investigation.
Okay,
but
Vidya's like asking Cornelius what he's planning on painting. She's talking with Harvey about like what different colors are. Like she's asking the real questions, if you will.
What a colors!
I'm getting that Cornelius lore and them good vibes with my bestie.
Cornelius is like kind of like gesturing above Harvey, because like unlike most people, including Vidya, like he can actually do that. Like he's tall enough to be able to like talk to Vidya over Harvey, and he's like, yeah, I mean, I don't really know. I kind of wanted to take this class so that I could get a bit of a feel of like the environment and know a bit more. Yeah, Wait,
The energies. Feeling out the energy.
Yeah. Speaking of which, and he like looks down at Harvey, and he's like, "Are you a Lovelace?"
Yeah, yes. Harvey Lovelace. Nice to meet you.
That's one of. I think our mums might know each other. I've heard my mum talk about your mum about like charity or something. So you're in the biology track too, right?
Yeah. I am.
Oh,
Currently, yes.
Are you taking Raptini's Bio 329 next like this coming
Harvey like looks at his schedule that Vidya made for him, and he's like, "Am I?"
But he's
in
like
that
nodding.
class?
Like,
Yes.
Yeah, you are.
Yes. Yes.
He's like, "Oh,
I am.
Right. I had an advisor meeting with Rabatini, and she seemed a bit intimidating, so I wasn't sure.
In my eyes, everyone's a little bit intimidating, but I'm sure you'll be fine. I mean, if we're going to be in class together.
I've been called intimidating sometimes too, so I also thought that if I took an art class, I could get like a hobby.
Yeah, same here. Listen, it's very nice. Cornelius, was it?
Yeah. And he like holds
he-
out like a giant hand, and it like engulfs Harvey's hand.
Yeah. Harvey's just like, wow, okay.
This is different.
It's very, very nice to meet you. Listen, in what was the class again? What was the-
Rapatini's Bio 329.
Bio 329. He's like, hey, well, if you want to be partners in that class, that's fine with me. If you know, less intimidating. I know it's scary coming to a new school and all that stuff.
I have a lot of allergies, so I know.
Me too.
I know it's a plant-based class, so I'm nervous.
Wow. You know, I think we're gonna be really good friends.
It's nerve-wracking. Yeah. It's nice to meet you.
It's really nice to meet you.
Just in the
Harvey
background, just
suddenly.
like, yes, got this.
Harvey feels like a sudden calm. He's like, listen, if I act up, this man can punch my lights out. Like, this is great. This is fantastic. He doesn't say that out loud, of course, but he's thinking it.
Vidya's just hyping this up. She's just like, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Harvey's like setting up his paints and stuff, and I think probably still talking with Cornelius. He was like, so, you said our moms know each other?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not too sure. My mom kind of works in charities, so
What's your mom's name?
Oh, Regina.
Dina.
Yeah, she works the Allen Apothecary.
Okay.
Yeah.
The name doesn't sound too familiar, but listen, I could write to my mom and see how they know each other, and it'd be really nice to. Harvey goes to be like, have you guys over for tea, and he's like, I can't go home. Maybe we could schedule something where, I don't know, we can have lunch in town or something like that.
The coffee shop. At the coffee shop.
The coffee shop. Do you like coffee? I love coffee.
Yeah.
Okay, fabulous. Then we'll do coffee someday whenever you're free.
That's
I'm not doing
wonderful.
anything in the near future. I'm just here at school. Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. Me too. Yeah.
Oh, you too? You?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, well, I have a lot of siblings, so like, it's.
My God, these boys' energies are too much for me already.
Vidya's loving it. She's
yeah,
hyping them up. Kids that
as you
can't go
guys
home squad.
As you guys are like talking and like getting a good vibe and getting ready for this art class, Lori and Eric, you guys have just been like kind of talking a little bit. There isn't anyone else kind of in this row, but like the three in the front, the one guy on the side is still just like reading his book and not really paying attention to like Basil, who's like spilled his paintbrushes like 2 times.
Oh boy.
And
Baby.
and the 2 girls in front are still just like talking. Do either of you want to roll perception or investigation?
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you want to roll? I'll roll whatever you don't roll.
Perception.
I'll roll. I won't roll perception.
Alright, so I'll roll investigation.
No, you got perception. I'll roll investigation.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
The way they chose plot, but we chose friendship.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
all right. I gotta get my calculator out for this one, y'all. Wait a minute.
Ooh.
Oh?
19 plus
Ooh.
8, 27.
Oh! So you
Damn.
just
I
like,
do perceive.
yeah, you like look at these two girls having this conversation, and like the one girl on the left, she's really small. She's like this blonde-haired gnome, and she is like perched. She like climbed the little stool to like sit on there, and she has like a smaller canvas to like, and like she needs to sit in the front to be able to see. And the other girl is again like black hair, pulled back, already like kind of looking ready to like paint, and they're like talking to each other, and Eulalie, the girl with the dark hair turns to the other and goes, Eulalie, it's not that. Like, it's probably nothing. And the girl on the left goes, Annabelle, like, this isn't... I started going southern for her too, but that's not it. That's not just... Like, there's got to be more than this. I mean, come on, it's weird. And Annabelle, the one with dark hair, this is Eulalie and Annabelle now. Annabelle is like still just kind of like fiddling with brushes and is like, I mean, it's not insane that like maybe they went somewhere, maybe. I don't know. And Eulalie turns to Annabelle and is like, but you would know. You were literally the TA.
Girls are fighting.
And they were roommates.
Weird.
Do we say that to each other in character?
Yeah, Eulalie and Annabelle are actually roommates.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
This is like a conversation they must have had like a few times, because it seems like they're like skipping steps of like Annabelle already being like, it's not. They probably just they might be lost in the countryside or something. Who knows? Maybe they forgot to fill out the paperwork to say they were on vacation. And Eulalie is just like, you think Elmira would forget? I'm combining accents, but ignore it. You think Elmira would forget to fill out the paperwork to go on vacation? You think that would happen? And Annabelle kind of turns and goes like, she's been acting weird lately, maybe. And then she kind of like turns a little bit to, actually no, the music stopped for me for a second. I was like, but I'll roll perception to see if Annabelle notices either of you listening in.
Yeah.
Well, what did Eric roll?
23 on investigation.
We're not messing around over here.
Yeah.
Middle row is the gossip row. We're here to...
We are listening. I've tuned in.
Yeah.
Like,
It was a 15, but it was close. I almost rolled a 20. Okay. So she like turns and like looks back for a second, but both of you are just like kind of like, you're kind of just like staring at the bouquet that's like at the front of the class, and the other one is like also staring at Basil, who's like kind of just like also staring at this, like trying to think of like, is he supposed to like start class? Like what? I don't know.
I'm struggling.
And then the guy actually at the end of the first row, the one who's been reading the book, actually like looks up and looks at Annabelle, who like is turning back, and he goes like, she might forget a lot of things. Who knows?
Ooh.
Um,
Can I do a history check on the name? Elmira? Do I know an Elmira?
that you would know that name because she was one of the teachers that was supposed to be leading this class.
Oh.
Yeah.
Juicy. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, why is she absent? Well, Eric is listening to this whole conversation and listens to all the words and processes them and understands them, but doesn't know what any of them means.
Yeah. Laurie
So-
kind of leans over and he's like, they're talking about the professor who was supposed to be here, but apparently I haven't met her, so I don't quite know what all that's about, but I am so interested. I think I will be paying more attention to this than I will be the lesson. So
I'm going to try and pay attention to both, but honestly, the conversation seems really interesting, and I'm invested already.
I'll keep you updated because you're here for the class. I'm here for
My
whatever
God,
this
the
mess is.
part-
I would love to.
Nothing.
I would love to further my art. Yes.
And Eulalie and Annabelle kind of talk still a bit more, but you don't really get any more information other than Eulalie thinks something is up, just because it's weird that they had to get a substitute, and that Annabelle doesn't actually know what's up with the couple who is supposed to lead this. Yeah.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Yeah. Dorian, you're actually at the back of the class. There's these dual desks in the back, which were likely you assume the married couple who are supposed to lead this class. And there's some chairs at the back as well, sort of some extras that could be for extra spots to paint, or you actually pulled one of them up to the sides of the desk just to sit and see everyone in front of you. Is there anything you want to do?
Knowing that this married couple had sort of disappeared, that being noted in the letter that Basil sent Dorian, I think that he'd be curious to root through the desk just briefly to see if there's anything that seems really off to him. And Dorian also has Eldritch Sight, so he detects magic at will.
Okay, then I'm gonna need you to roll Sleight of Hand.
Okay, Sleight of Hand is going to be a 7 plus 4 for 11.
So you kind of just try and subtly move your hand across the desk with what is on top of the desk. On top of the desks, they are pulled together. It's both L-shaped, and they just form into a Tetris piece. But looking across the desk, you don't see anything too weird. It's a few syllabi and some notations of this is a nice space to go paint or sketch or something, or I'll be late for dinner, I'll bring you something up though, stuff like that.
Yep.
So you don't really see anything on top of the desk. If you want to...
Do I detect any magic within it?
Within the desk?
Yeah, 60-foot radius.
Yeah, in one of the desks, you can with the sight, you can kind of feel that there's a pocket of something is concealed. Something is purposefully concealed here, and were you not to be able to feel that, most people wouldn't see it. So if you want to look at that, you gotta roll stealth, because that's inside a drawer, and Basil has turned around to look at the rest of the class.
Gotcha.
He'll roll perception while you roll stealth.
Okay. I don't think that I would open it yet.
No?
No, so
Okay.
I'll let him carry on with the class, and then I'll bring it up later.
Okay. So then they go about The class sort of starts as Basil like stands at the front and he's like, it's wonderful to have you all here. I'm excited to teach this class, and I hope we at least get a while of peace while here. I think painting is one of the most relaxing things you can do, and I'm excited to have this time with all of you, young artists. Even if this is not like a profession you're going into, you're artists. You're creating art. Let's get started. And he like turns and like moves the sort of vase full of flowers a bit more centered, so you can actually see like all the stuff in it. Like it's a weird looking bouquet, and it looks like a bit old. Like you're not sure who set this up, but like there's like red dahlias, yellow carnations, crocus, like dead leaves like around the base a little bit, and like marigolds, petunias, blue violets, like all these things. It's like mixed matched, and you don't quite understand like who made this. And also like the water inside the vase is like, it looks a bit musty. So yeah,
delicious.
I think as Harvey.
Dorian. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, Harvey first. I heard you first.
I was just gonna say, while Harvey like gets out his paints and he like starts setting up his supplies and everything, at the back of his head he hears, "Isn't that your friend from before?" And Harvey's just like trying to ignore. I was like, "Yeah, Dorian Gray. Why don't you go talk to him, Harvey? Go talk to him." And Harvey's just like, he like very under his breath is just like, "Shut up, just shut up, please, please, just for one day, just stop talking." And I think Hyde is going to just be very insistent and annoying him about wanting to talk with Dorian.
When hearing the "shut up," Vidya's just gonna like pause for a moment, and then be like, "So, which can I use these paints right here?" And she's gonna start asking questions about his supplies and like trying to get him to help her get set up. And like, which one's yellow and which one's blue, and it's a glitter in this, and she's just gonna start asking an obnoxious amount of questions about painting.
Yeah, Harvey's just gonna get like all the paints like set up on her palette for her, and like get the knife and brushes out and be like, "Here you go," and he just tells her all the paints and all that stuff. Meanwhile, still trying to just focus on anything but Hyde's voice.
Vidya, shut up. We're painting now.
I'm relaxing.
Yeah, with everybody painting, I think I'm gonna need... Gosh, what kind of check would painting be?
Performance?
I was thinking performance, yeah. Everybody give me a performance check, except for Dorian, because you're not painting.
Oh my god.
Could I do my thing though? Because at the sight of the noxious and like sort of disused looking vase, Dorian would cast an illusion spell over it to make it larger and grander and filled with like vibrant, bright flowers.
Ooh.
And he can do that within 5 feet to work around. So it would just encapsulate it and make it nice, like an ivory looking sort of vase erected up with all these like bright cornations and like lilies coming out of it and like brimming with life, because as part of his philosophy he thinks beauty is like a virtue and it's a waste of time to duplicate an image that's going to be ugly.
There's a lot to unpack there. Ooh.
That's a lot of Dorian Gray right there.
Right there. I don't think we have time to unpack all of that.
Basil like sees this like happen and he like turns to the back to like look at you and goes like,
"Aww,
stop."
And then
I give
he
him
like
a nice wink.
he blushes
so
and like goes back. And so he like goes back to like sketching out like the outline of the vase and like just the general shape of like this now bigger vase of flowers. And so what are your performance checks?
got a
The
19.
silence hurts.
Wow.
I got 1.
Ooh.
Oh God!
Oh,
You're painting a turtle. You're not even on a flower.
Painting. He's just like,
Just start painting Basil instead.
Yeah.
He thinks Basil's the.
he's writing on the
Like,
canvas.
object.
He's like, okay, wait, give me a second. And
subject.
starts writing on it.
Oh
my
god.
okay. So what was Vidia's and Eric's?
Vidya got a dirty 20, so I do
Oh my
believe since she's so capable
Nice.
of writing without sight because she's been doing it for so long, that after
Mm.
Harvey points out the paints, that's all she really needs. She gets the sight from Gratia for
Gratia?
just a moment to get the image, and then
Mm.
she takes it back and she's just painting blind, just knowing where she is on the canvas, having good perception of space. So I think that I didn't know she'd be good at it, but she said dirty 20, so I guess she's
Yeah.
thriving. I guess she's thriving. She's
Yeah,
actually painting
yeah.
it.
Sign up for more art classes.
Apparently,
Mhm.
apparently.
And then what did Art get? Eric?
Eric got, despite thinking that he might be like a 3D printer and like just matched it completely, he got a 9.
Oh,
He's,
literally
he-
feeling.
But to him, it looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
He's
just happy
like-
to be here.
Yeah,
Back row
he
says
thinks
thrive.
he thinks it's great.
We're like,
Um,
our thing's music and
Mhm.
writing, not this.
Yeah, like we are artists, just of a different medium. Like,
Yeah.
Vidya said
We'll
I'm
crit-
everything.
We'll
Jack of all
critique everybody.
trades.
Mm.
Harvey and Vidia like get into it pretty easily. Like the vase is bigger, the flowers are bigger, and like you can get it really well. And this is like pretty fun. You're like 10-20 minutes into it, and like there isn't really any music because there isn't anything. They don't have ye old iPod. But they do have kind of like the window open, and I forgot to mention this. There is like this big like sort of mirror like slice of a mirror at the front of the class, probably for like the professor to like look and make sure that like no shenanigans are being had. And
How's Cornelius doing? Is he doing great?
Cornelius is like has like the smallest end of a brush, and he's just like,
Love it.
The way I adore him.
Harvey goes, "You're doing really well. You're
he's
doing
got
great."
one flower. He hasn't done the vase or like the shape or anything.
No,
he's
he's
just
doing
like
amazing.
concentrating on like one flower.
That flower is so
Um,
good. It's amazing.
And he like goes back painting. You're doing pretty well. And then actually in the front row, Annabelle like stands up for a minute and like pushes back, and then goes to like walks through and goes towards one of the cupboards and is like looking through it a little bit. It like this is an art classroom. Like there are art supplies in these cupboards and everything, and she's like looking through, and then she like stops for a second, and I think unless like anyone in the art class is watching her, I think Dorian is the only one who like would really see her doing this. She like pauses for a second, and then like turns with like full confidence and walks towards one of the teacher's desks at the back, and like not like making eye contact with Dorian, fully conscious that he is there, looks through one of like the front drawers, like the one right in front of like the writing desk one, the skinny long one. She pulls that open and like pushes something aside for a moment and like pushes it the other way, and then just like goes like and takes out a pencil and pushes the drawer back and just walks back to the front, like still very conscious that Dorian is probably watching her.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
That's weird.
Can I hide roll perception?
Oh
Yeah.
Da-da-da.
Sneaky.
Here comes
Also-
the boy.
Hello, boy.
There he
Here he comes. Here comes the boy.
That's
Make it just a really creepy version of it.
Yeah, different parts of the song and like different keys. It's just
Wait, okay, what did Hyde get?
17.
Okay, he looks at this girl because like looking at any person, Hyde tries to dissect like what use of is this person. And walking past, she looks uncertain. She looks a little bit like the conversation you don't know about has kind of gotten to her a little bit of like, there is something wrong and maybe I do need to look into it.
I think he goes to Harvey, he's like, that one seems to be perplexed by something. Why don't you go? And Harvey immediately just interrupts him and was like, I don't need to talk to anyone. I'm happy right here where I am. Thank you very much. Like, again, trying to say this as quietly as possible to himself. But Hyde almost like Harvey feels like that push. Like Hyde is just like, get out of your chair already. But Harvey doesn't want to.
Actually, Annabelle doesn't go like straight back to her seat because she passes Laurie's canvas and she just like pauses for a second and she's like, do you need some help?
That's a very vague question. Yes, generally I do need help.
Oh, well, you know, I mean, don't we all in one way or another? But specifically with the painting. I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah. And she kind of looks at Eric's and she's like, I mean, you've got to start.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got like the outline. It's a bit like you need to think more about the curves of it, of like the vase and of the flowers. You're going a bit too rigid and line oriented, and it is very interesting. And if you wanted to like go in that direction, like explore it, you know. But
Lori is like nodding along, but clearly like.
Eric's actually writing notes as she like gives him instructions. He's just like writing it down in like a little notebook. Just, like, too rigid.
Yeah.
That's why I love him.
And you, and she like turns to Lori and she's like, you're just, I think, a little bit too much in your head. You're thinking too much about it, and you're not going by feeling.
Okay.
Like,
How do you do?
Oh well, I mean, I've taken a few classes with Mr. and Mrs. Graham, and I mean, they always say that like you need to truly look at the piece and think about how you feel about the piece, and then put that feeling onto the canvas. So like maybe if you can follow that feeling, it'll take you where it'll make you feel good about what you put down.
Okay.
You can do it,
Eric, does Eric feel the tension between Annabelle and Laurie right now? Like that kind of animosity that's coming from Laurie? Is he aware of that? Like,
You can roll insight.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that just to see what. No, that's not one. He has no idea. Absolutely no idea.
Perception too.
Yeah.
Eric.
As an insight, Eric thinks that Laurie is like so good with his feelings right now, and it's just like
So good.
All the good emotions.
really just
Annabelle,
understands everything that's coming off.
Annabelle rolled a 1, and
Oh
her
my God.
perception is +1. So she thinks that like this is like she's actually hit the nail on the head in a good way of like, yeah, like okay, he gets it, and this is going to make sense. And so like it'll actually like maybe like I actually did my job as like a TA and like helped. And then she like also like seems to remember, and she like actually like steps back to the back row because like Basil isn't really familiar with how these classes go, but she seems to have more of like a understanding of the usual routine, and like steps back to also look at Harvey and Vidya and like Cornelius's, and she's like, Oh, these are great. Wow. Oh, are you Vidya? You're blind, right?
Yeah. I really like the bluntness
That's the
there.
intro.
Wow, I really like the bluntness there, to be honest with you. It's a little bit... It's different. I like that.
Well, I've just seen you around campus, but I've never seen you in an art class, so I thought this is pretty neat. It's wonderful.
Switching it up, trying new things.
And she, like, for a second, she, like, stutters for a moment, like, looking at you, and she's like, yeah, it's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
And she, like, looks over at Harvey and Cornelius's canvases. I'm gonna roll a performance for Cornelius to see how he does.
I need to know.
Baby boy.
I'm so invested.
He does like a 13.
Ooh,
So
okay.
he's like making it. He's making it. He's going.
He's doing amazing.
Doing it.
He's doing amazing.
Doing the thing.
And he like sees this kind of, oh, I forgot to mention, she's a drow.
Okay.
Oh,
So like she like moves and is like, oh, this is also really nice. I sometimes I also start with like the little things and then go out, and it's very nice because it's just kind of like, it's nice. And Cornelius like is like, yeah.
I would commit
love this.
crimes for Cornelius.
And like
Oh my
Annabelle
God.
like stops for a second. She's like, all right, keep it up. I love to see what progress you make. And goes on. And so then she kind of like looks back and sees like Dorian is still kind of like sitting there, and she just kind of looks away and takes the pencil that she took out of the desk and actually moves to take her seat up at the front. And it's like a good portion into the class, and like Basil kind of like takes a break from his own sketching on the canvas, kind of getting like the shadows and stuff into it. And he turns around and he like sees Dorian still, and he like gets up to take his own break as people are just, you know, casually chatting and everything still. And he goes to the back to like go talk to Dorian.
Okay. Is the painting portion done right now?
Of
the
class?
vase. Yeah.
Of the vase? Yeah. Most people have gotten the vase down.
Okay. In that case, then Dorian would drop concentration on the illusion spell and take up concentration of detect magic again. Is the pencil that was taken away from the desk magical?
No.
Okay.
She was
Good. I was terrified for a second.
If you want to roll investigation, you can try and this can be like something you were thinking about in like the last like 15 to 20 minutes of like what she was trying to do. Or like
Yep,
trying to figure
absolutely.
out what she was looking for.
Okay, that's going to be a 13 plus investigation of 2. 15.
Okay. Thinking about it, it seems like the most obvious is that you recognize that she is like more comfortable in this classroom and is familiar with this. So it would make sense that she would be familiar with the Grahams, and she might know something. And was very conscious of you as well, but she might not have known what she was looking for.
Gotcha.
So she might have just been looking for clues as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And so she takes her seat back at the front of the class, and does anybody else have like magical sight?
let me check real quickly.
Mean. Gotcha. It's always
Cool.
looking.
Wow.
Yeah.
Technically.
And so I'll describe this as like some of y'all are also looking. So along the one side I've said is like a bunch of cupboards that like break for like windows, and along the other side, and like it's a narrow, long rectangle room. Along the back wall is like the two desks. Along the front more portion are like the actual art area, and then along the other side, and actually like outside you've seen as well, are like several paintings and portraits that have probably been done by the Grahams, as like there's the signature, like Graham, like ALY or ALM, and AL like Graham, and some of them are like pretty different. Some of them are like pastoral scenes. Some of them are like different areas around Glassrook University of like, you can see that there's like the top of the like theater with like the glass dome with like the light hitting it, light outside, and there's like scattering of light in the texture of the painting. And there's like the pastoral of like a field not too far away from this place. And then there's also like several other little ones of like still life. These are all still life paintings. So like this is probably one of like the, yeah. And along like the corner, as there's like a bit more clutter in like the far corner of the room, as like different things are like maybe painting, are drying and waiting. There's actually like a painting that's half covered up that you can see. It is like, you can actually see like the vase with the flowers that were painted here is like the same that was in the that you guys are painting now. And Grazia, and I'm pretty sure Dorian too. Does anybody else have magical sight?
Mm-mm.
No.
Okay. You two, well, Grazia caws softly for a minute, just to Vidya, trying to like get her attention, and looking up through Grazia's eyes, and Dorian like actually just like catching this silhouette in the mirror that is at the front of the room. There's an additional person in this reflection. There's someone who is standing in like the back corner next to one of the desks. And it's strange because it's not moving. And it looks very much like someone like painted, like had an oil painting like kind of painted on top of the mirror. Like that's the solution here, but you know he wasn't there a minute ago.
And I, noticing this, can Vidya, it's not moving, this thing is still, the shape is still.
Yeah, for now.
Vidya is
Oh,
holding,
that's great.
Terrifying.
Vidya is holding a hold person. So, I would like to hold that.
Okay. Where are
If
you
I see
are
that
you
move.
are you like trying to concentrate it behind you or in the mirror?
Okay, so we're seeing the reflection in the mirror that's in front of us. It's behind, like, the back of the classroom,
It's
is what it is?
showing the back of the classroom.
If
This mirror is at the front. It shows everything. It shows the
Grazia
rest
looks
of the
behind us, does she see anyone?
class.
If I don't
she
move, I'm
looks-
staying forward, but she looks.
She looks, and she doesn't see anyone but Dorian, who is also kind of rigid.
Yeah,
We
transfixed
lock
at this
eye
point.
contact in the glass, in the mirror, like, you see that? Okay, cool. As long as
Yeah,
I'm not alone.
Dorian wouldn't even like second guess himself. He would just assume that this is only visible in the mirror. Can I just roll a perception check to see if I can distinguish traits and features that might be like recognizable?
Yeah. And does this person need to roll anything for a hold person spell to like beat that?
Oh. Well, it has to be a humanoid that I can see within range, and because I'm only seeing the reflection in the mirror, I can't see his actual form. Does that make sense? Like, and I can't perceive that other than that he's in the mirror, because I need to direct it some way. So I got you behind me, so I'll probably not do the whole person just for the sake of it wouldn't quite work. But if I was, it would be a save.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. But as you look at this man, oh wait, you wanted to roll something to distinguish his
Dorian's
features, right?
Yes. I rolled a 14 plus 4 for an 18.
Okay. Looking at him, you see that it's like kind of a ragged-looking man, and the more you look at him, the more he, like, shifts in between being, like, clear and out of focus, like an actual man and, like, an impressionist painting. Of, like, moving in between and, like, blurring lines.
Grabs onto Harvey's arm, and she doesn't say anything. She's just, like, clutching his arm, and, like, her face is pointing direction in the mirror.
Are you alright? Is everything okay? Lydia?
He just, like, keeps staring. She's just, like, shaking his arm to try and get him to, like, pick up what she's putting down without drawing attention. Because she has her glasses, so she can look. She doesn't need to look.
Is Gratia in the direction, like, looking at the mirror?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think Harvey would, like, instinctively, like, let me look at Gratia. Okay, let me look where Gratia's looking. And so he'll look up at the mirror as well.
Are you... Alright, then try and roll perception.
Okay.
I want to know if it's, like, what's going on? And then if I either see that Harvey sees it, I won't do anything. If Harvey doesn't see it, I want to roll an Arcana check to try and figure out what kind of sorcery is this.
18.
Okay, looking into this mirror, you can't actually see anything. You can't see anything strange, except you do meet someone's eyes in it. And it's Annabelle at the front, who looks, like, terrified. Like, her eyes, like, twitch for a second, like, looking and meeting yours. And they're, like, panicked. And, like, looking down at her, you see that she is, like, very rigid and, like, frozen.
So Harvey doesn't see the blurred figure.
He doesn't see the he doesn't see the blurred figure, but he does see Annabelle is afraid.
Okay, Vidya, you know, Grata, you take care of her, I'll be right back. And Harvey gets up and I think he goes over to Annabelle.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm Harvey. You seem a little unwell. Is everything alright?
She is still, like, very rigid, and she turns, like, slightly. She's not, like, fully meeting your eyes. It's like looking at someone who knows, like, the prey predator feeling of, like, don't move or else something might snap. And she, like, she just, like, with that, the girl next to her, Eulalie, she looks over and she's like, Annabelle, are you alright? Annabelle, what's going on? And, like, Basil turns around too, and he's like, what's going on? And
I, before, could I do one thing?
Yeah?
Oh?
I think when I saw Harvey get up and start moving towards Annabelle, Vidya's gonna remember the whole reason why she's here. I want, Gratia to fly over and try to crash into the mirror. If that's possible.
Okay.
If not, that's cool. But
you can try.
You can try. Okay. This is her stats.
Yeah.
But what kind of roll?
Give me a dexterity check. Actually, what's her flight speed?
Her flight speed, 50 feet. So she can go easily across the room.
Yeah. So can he. Then I'm gonna need a strength.
You just did it so much.
Not Dex?
No.
Then
yes, actually, Dex first, and then
strength to break it, Dex to get there first.
Yeah.
Got you. All right, Dex.
I like how all this creepy stuff's going on, and Eric and Laurie are just like painting.
We're just like,
This is great. I love art.
drawing flowers.
Yeah.
19 on Dex.
I also got a 19.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
All right, my pretty, let's get strength.
Oh.
That is real bad. For Gratia.
All right. What did you roll?
Hold on. Oh god. Only a 15. It's -4.
I also rolled a 15.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So,
Okay,
with
what the
like
fuck? No.
all
wait,
right,
What the
all
hell?
right, okay,
No, okay.
all right, okay, and
And?
so Grazia like jumps off of launches yourself from her shoulder.
Like, I'm just like, go.
Yes. And you like push out too, as like Harvey is talking to Annabelle and Eulalie and Basil, and like they all see this bird like zoom past, but you also see through Grazia's eyes, and Dorian sees this too, that the man like moves forward, like hovering off the floor and still shifting, and like also smashes his hand into the mirror. And there's this sort of, it's like a flash goes off. And I want y'all to roll initiative.
Oh my god!
One note.
Oh
One
no!
Does she
Oh,
take
no.
damage?
No, actually.
Okay.
I'll say she doesn't take damage.
Okay.
Great.
Right.
Jesus
Damn.
Christ.
Okay,
I mean, I
okay,
guess
what
this
about
makes
those
sense.
rolls, though? What's going on, Faye? What's up
That's
there? Why
wacky.
couldn't you roll, like, one
How
more
dare
above
you.
me? Why are they the
How
same?
dare you.
That's messed up. I have a -4. How did we possibly...
I have a -5 on strength.
What the fuck?
What are you?
How did we do this?
What are you?
How did
What is this?
Why is this bird in this mirror, man?
Get outta here.
Going through it.
That's the Grim Reaper!
Is that the Grim Reaper?
Stay back, you spooky bitch!
And I will
Back off this.
narrate
Okay,
what's
right.
going on that starts off this initiative.
Okay.
Because
Ah.
suddenly, everyone who couldn't see this sees this now, except for it's flipped. You now see through the mirror, and you see into this classroom that's now kind of empty. And looking around you, you see like the area you were in before, it's changed into like an uncanny valley of like everything looks right, but it looks like it's a painted still life. So you're in this mimic of a room, except for here, like there is no, like the windows were open for like fresh air and like at least some sound other than like voices and paint. But as you like look out these windows, there's like this painted landscape outside, and it does like move a bit as you shift, but like there's, yeah. And so there's nothing quite there, but at the front of the room, there is now a shifting man that he doesn't look like a still life. He looks like a still life on acid, kind of. He's hovering off the ground, and he looks like oil paints that like went bad and like melted, but were still tried to use on a wet canvas. Lots of imagery here. And you see that like there's like neon and like grays and whites and like blues. It looks like oil. It looks like oil and water. And like it's like shifting back and forth to like him almost looking like an actual person with like dark hair and like pointed ears and like a kind of receding hairline ish, and a suit that's kind of like looks like it has like claw marks in it. And he turns with like bloodshot painted eyes from the mirror. And on the other side is Grazia.
Oh no.
So she's in the mirror?
We're not in Kansas anymore,
No,
guys.
you're in the mirror, baby.
Oh,
Faye, don't do this to
no.
me. I have a very small brain. Is Grazia in the mirror?
Technically, yes.
Is that what you said?
Well,
Because I heard...
we're
We
in
all
the- we're in
got
the-
we all got warped, right?
Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're in the
Got
mirror.
switched.
She, okay.
We're in the mirror.
Gracia's the only one who
That's what I'm
isn't.
saying.
She still stayed. She stayed in the normal room.
We're in
You
the
guys
mirror.
are now got like snapped into the mirror.
Okay. That's all I needed.
This is
I
very-
have
this is very jarring
small
for Laurie and
brain.
Eric.
Okay, I just needed it.
Harvey's like, I
All
came
right.
here to be free from stress, now I'm very stressed out.
Ray's like
Burned
about to have a panic
alone.
attack over in the
I was
corner. 'cause
just wanting to paint some pictures.
Lori's just
Dorian's
like,
like, first time.
I think Harvey starts looking for familiar faces, like looking around at everyone, and then he sees Lori, and he's like, "Lori, oh, hi! I didn't know you were taking this class."
hello. Yes.
Hi, Lori.
Last minute decision.
Can I?
What happened?
Could I just quick get anyone over 20 for initiative?
21.
All right.
Anyone?
All right. 15 to 20. Right. Then 10 to 15.
11.
I was about to be like, please.
Oh, good.
I don't know about the rest of y'all. I'm 11.
All right. 10 to 5.
7.
7.
7.
Whoa!
Oh!
Who has the higher? Who has the higher?
Dex.
Dex.
Not me. I have -1.
No, what's the
I got
number?
12. 12 for me.
Oh shit!
whole
I said
number.
that so confidently. I got
have
9.
15 oh god, wait, that's hides. Confusing. 14 plus 2.
Okay, so that would be Harvey first.
And
Then-
then me.
Yeah.
Relax.
I mean, to be fair, it makes sense.
Always.
It makes sense that we were last. We had no clue what was going on at all.
No,
We
no.
just stuck. Yeah.
Yoinked into a
Dorian and Video
painting.
just proceed.
I was
Mhm.
thinking about my feelings, and I got yoinked into this painting. Or
I was thinking that my
mirror.
lines were too rigid, and now all of a sudden I'm.
Yeah.
The way then Dorian and
Out-
Video
out of
never
fear.
come. But they're just like, you see this?
She also. Oh no. Forgot to roll for Annabelle.
Oh my.
All right.
So creative.
Cornelius, come in, y'all. Protect Cornelius.
Oh,
Cornelius.
Cornelius was also focusing on his painting.
He was going so
Um,
well.
Yeah. So first in the line is Dorian. What are you gonna do?
So,
Oh.
so I'm
Frozen.
still detecting
Okay,
magic from
you're
before. Did the aura within the desk go away, or is it still present?
No, it's well. Actually, no, it is gone because you're not in that room anymore.
Gotcha. Okay, I thought that might be the case. In that case, I'm just going to immediately attack this spirit that's in the room with us, and I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast and fire off 2 beams of force.
All right.
And that's gonna be an 18 and an 18.
All right. Roll for damage.
Ooh.
Ooh.
The gentle.
Are you gonna?
I'm reading right now, and I'm trying to be supportive at the same time.
You're doing amazing.
Okay, and that is gonna be 25 points of damage.
All right.
Owie.
Okay. Let's. Yeah. All right. So you fire 2 blasts into this guy, and like, I feel like, Lori, you're gonna have to make a dex save, and then Eulalie's gonna have to make a dex save because, or are you like trying to line this up in the moment to just hit the guy? Because there are people in front.
Like a ranged touch attack. Wasn't everybody sitting down, and this guy was flying?
Then I'm trying to decide because wait, no, Dorian is pretty
We
tall,
got
so
2
that would make
18s.
sense. Yes. Yes. Okay. Never mind. Decree. Okay, so you fire off these 2 blasts like straight into like the one shoulder and then the other shoulder, like pushing him back into the wall. Like he's still like off the ground, and as as you like look at like how he's affected, like it looks like you're burning oil, like he's charred and he's like smoking with like the force of like this eldritch blast. And he just like looks up with like these bloodshot, like changing eyes, as like the oil is even just like changing how they look. Is there anything else you want to do?
Just take a movement action to the door towards the end of the classroom and stand in front of it.
Okay. Yeah. And now it's the Spectre's turn. Haha.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I bet his socks are...
in front of him are 4 people. There's Basil, there's Eulalie, there's Annabelle, and there's Harvey. So I'm going to roll for which one he attacks. Alright, he like lunges out with this like it looks like tendrils and like dripping oil off of his hand, and he like flings it and like pushes his hand into like a claw form into the shoulder of Annabelle.
Ooh.
Hate crime, if you will.
Nasty.
Yes. And that hits. So then NPC on NPC violence. Need more D6s. Anyway. Okay.
I'm so spooked right now.
And she takes 11 points of damage as this guy like looks her dead in the eye. Dead. And pushes sorry.
Wow, it's the way you laugh so hard at that.
Pushes like the 5 points of his hand into like her shoulder, which is, and like the oil like bleeds as the like paint spread onto her shirt as it like goes through the shirt, and she just like is still kind of frozen with what to do, because she wasn't expecting this. Well, she was kind of expecting this, but it's also terrifying.
It sounds it.
Yeah. So that will be the end of his turn. And now is Vidya.
I have a question. Is my connection to Gratia still in place? And by connection, I mean, you know what I mean. Beyond sight.
I think I do. I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you still like can feel like the full connection.
Okay, as long as we're still connected, then we will continue on to plan B.
Alright, I'm gonna do so where is he's in the front of the classroom, I'm in the back of the room. Is that the energy?
Yeah,
he's up like painting area.
Yeah. That's about like 40 feet.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Branding Smite as my bonus action. Which just means that next time I hit him, I will do extra damage, and I will do that right now, and shoot at him with my revolver from where I am, because distance. So,
yeah.
I'm going to try to roll to hit. Does a 16 hit?
Yes, that hits.
Alright.
Ah, God, the 8-sided dice. Oh no, I always lose them.
It's like that.
Dude. So it'll be 2d8 damage from just the gun. 3, 6, 9, and then Branding Smite deals specifically radiant damage and 2d6 to that. So 9 regular damage, and then that's not a dice. Wow, it's really hard to get the thoughts. 4, 10 points of radiant damage. Also, extra notes, if it matters at all, which becomes visible if it was invisible, the target sheds dim light in a 5-foot radius and can't become invisible until the spell ends, so concentration is for up to a minute, so he can't become invisible if he plans to do that, just as a note. And Vidya's just gonna be like, gosh, we were trying to paint, and just like, pow! That's my turn.
So with like a shot taken off, and how do you flavor the first bit of like the extra damage? How does that affect him?
I think she's just like, I think it's like in little gold sparkles, you know? Or she's just like, I can't with this right now. I'm just trying to paint my friends. And kind of like, is like loading her gun, maybe like cocking it ready to go before she does, when she like pulls it out. The first bit is the sparkles that kind of surround him and then shoots.
Okay. Cool.
Aiming for proverbial painting kneecaps.
Yes. And so that, like, it fires into him, and there's, like, a smoldering, like, crater in his shoulder now. And his one arm just, like, goes down as he, like, holds his arm. He, like, retracts his hand from Annabelle to hold his shoulder now. And he turns to look at you.
I like pointedly look away, like as if I don't see him. Like,
I pretend I do not see.
Oh, someone looking at me, I could not tell. It's my turn.
Alright, next is Annabelle's turn.
Annabelle, do a cool flip!
So she, since he, like, retracts his hand and, like, turns to look at Vidya, she, like, reacts to this by, like, reaching out her hand, and as you, like, look at it, there's, like, frost that forms on it as she does the exact thing that just happened to her, and she pushes forward to stab his shoulder, and it hits. So as she, like, stabs into the other unaffected shoulder, there's, like, frost that, like, starts to coat his other shoulder as he...
Nice.
And now I need D8s.
You said no arm. No
Mm.
arm.
No arm.
Pick it out.
That's 7 points of damage.
But now, armless.
How does it feel to be armless?
You need a hand over there?
Stop.
Hey!
The jokes just do not stop. We're just roasting him the whole fight.
It's just vicious mockery.
Exactly.
It's just an art critique.
Cutting words.
So he takes 7 points of damage from that, and he, like, turns to look, like, angrily at Annabelle now at this, like, return. And that is Annabelle's turn. So next is Harvey.
Okay. I don't know if you want me to roll for this, Lydia, because I was thinking that Hyde is going to get very excited by the fighting, and it's going to get very loud in Harvey's head, and it's going to be almost like too much for Harvey to even think straight. So if you want me to roll to see if Hyde comes out to play.
Is Harvey thinking about that in the moment of, like, I should break it?
Yeah, like, I'm thinking it's been a day or so since he's let Hyde out, and Hyde would want to have fun and be a part of the action. So I imagine that he's being very loud, and Harvey, it's like draining his energy a little bit, where he's just like, if I let him out, he could take over and do stuff. Vidya could keep a watchful eye.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you want me to just do it, or if you want me to roll.
You can just do it, because I think this is, like, something Harvey's, like, processing in the moment.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna say that Harvey, in that moment, he's just like, I just wanted a nice painting class, and he breaks the bracers. And then I guess Hyde will come out.
Yay!
Glasses will come off, and
right.
and he goes like, "Thank you for that, Harvey." And so he sees it. I think I want him to go with a dagger. How far away is this?
You were in the front row, so you're like not even. You're like 5 feet from him.
Okay, amazing. Probably Hyde will go into rage and then go attack with a dagger. I'll roll for that. It's a 22.
Okay, yeah, that hits. All right, roll for damage.
The way that this is Lori's first time seeing whoever the hell this is. This
Where's you spooky bitch?
Back off,
Okay.
you spooky bitch.
That's 8 damage. So I think like Hyde, he just like is smiling ear to ear as he lunges at this guy with the dagger.
Video.
A manic glint appears
Yeah,
in
he's
Harvey's
laughing
eye.
too.
So you take like a stab at it, and
Stop.
I'm sorry. Every time I'm just like, you take like a stab into just you're fucking up his arms. Y'all are going ham at his arms. He can't do
Yeah.
So you like take like a slash across his chest actually, and like looking at like the fresh wound that's now on him, he is bleeding like different colors of scarlet, like oil paint. And again, it is like slightly shifting back and forth between like normal and like it just becomes more prominent that like paint and so yes, he takes another hit. Is that the end of your turn?
1 second. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on, and so my computer's far away. I'm gonna go into frenzy attack. And I'm sorry, I forget. If I go into a frenzy attack, is that like me taking that action, and then I have to wait to my next turn to use frenzy attack? Because it says like I could use frenzy attack as a bonus action to get another attack in there.
I think you can use it as a bonus action
in this moment.
Are you using this to like set this up
Griffin, do you know?
as a bonus?
I know the
I think that you can rage as a. It depends on if rage is free or a bonus action. So let me just check that. And if rage is free action, then you still have your bonus action.
Yeah,
it's
then
a
you
bonus
use
action. So
your bonus
I
action
have
this
to,
turn, and you can
I'll have
frenzy
to
attack
wait.
on the next turn.
Yeah, you've already used
Right.
your bonus.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. So yeah, then my turn's done.
All right, cool. Then next is Eric.
Yeah, he's going to first of all he's going to realize the danger immediately and just whip off his jacket because it is bloody hot.
Wow.
Yeah, fair enough. It's our class.
Yeah, he just discards this, and he's gonna, for his action, he's gonna use his power of creation to, in the corner, about 10 feet away from him, he's going to just summon this beautiful organ. In the corner. And it just materializes. It's gorgeous, it's sleek, it's black, and the keys are just blinding white and black. It's shiny, it's gorgeous. And that's going to be his action. And he moves over to it, and he's going to play the most magnificent D minor chord and give bardic inspiration to Dorian as his bonus action.
So beautiful.
Wow.
Damn.
You just hear this.
I didn't know it did that. Wow.
Side note: D minor is the starting note of Phantom of the Opera. So
Yeah.
just
Wow.
bam.
Oh, this
and
night
that's-
has a soundtrack now.
Oh yeah. So he's going to do that, and also he's going to unbutton the top of his shirt, 'cause, you know. It's hot.
Get ready for a fight.
Oh yeah. Boom, and then that D minor chord comes out. Bardic inspiration to Dorian. Cool. That's his turn for now.
Okay. Then next is Lori.
Okay. I'm gonna. Where is it? Okay, so I'm gonna roll for Cloud of Daggers.
Okay.
I roll for that, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot halfway through and I was freaking out because I was Googling it. I got natural 20!
Nice. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast that at my 3rd level.
And
And
that's double the hit dice.
What'd you say?
That's double the hit dice because it was a nat 20.
Oh my god, so that's 12.
Yeah.
12d4.
12d4.
All right, cool.
Shit. I gotta get my calculator out. Okay. This is the first time he's done so well at a spell. Wow. Those are high numbers. Okay, so as I'm going to be doing the math for this, I'm going to talk at the same time. So he essentially pushes his hands out because he's like, because he's freaking out. He was in an art class. He was having the time of his life, or thought he was. And then so when he pushes it out, there's like a blinding red flash, and then it goes into gold, and then these most like immaculate looking daggers kind of appear, and then they rush to this creature, and then they surround its head, and they're gonna go right for like the neck and the head area and just like really dig in there, you know. There are so many numbers. I have never done this before. Wow, guys, I'm a real D&D player.
Luckily it's D4.
Also, just in
not
future, you
painful.
don't have to roll. Cloud of Daggers hits automatically, and it lasts for a minute.
Well, there's a thing
it's gonna
that he
take
has to
damage.
roll for. There's a
Does that
thing
mean
he has
Cloud of
to roll
Daggers
for.
can do?
Well, I just did 52 points of damage.
All right. How do you want to do this?
We really said no combat.
Wait a minute, y'all. Wait, this is a big moment for him. Wait a minute.
Mhm.
I'm shocked. Okay. So yeah, he's gonna do the daggers real quickly. There's gonna be a big flash, and they're gonna all just go into his head and his eyes. And when they push out from him, there's like streaks of smoke coming out of the daggers, and the daggers are on fire.
All right, and
Flavor.
as like they all synchronously like sink, like this man ends up being decapitated by this action, and also like propelled backwards back at the mirror, and at the same time like Gratia kind of sees this and slams back into it as well, and with another flash of like this man's head hitting the same place that he hit, and Gratia digging in with her talons. There's another flash, and suddenly you're on the other side of the mirror again.
We want to take a break real quick since we haven't had one yet.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, we're back in 10 minutes.
Aha!
Art break. It's not new art yet, but it will be. Give us a couple days. Just come in by Paragon Dust time.
Yeah.
So y'all go get some drinks, get some snacks. I don't know. All that you need to do, and we'll be back in 10 minutes, guys.
Awesome.
We're back.
Hello, and welcome back to Frankenpunk Life and Death. We just, the party of sorts has exited a sort of mirror, and have not taken like much damage, if any. There's a moment of silence as like what just went down kind of sinks in. Of like a rapid fight just happened out of nowhere in a very confusing environment. Like very few people had moments to take it in, even just like to realize stuff was happening. Others like leapt into it, like realizing what was happening immediately and like reflexes. But there's a moment of silence as like Basil, who like fell off his like stool as like this thing came out of nowhere, is like still like kind of staring up to where it should be, and like there's nothing. And as like Gratia like softly like flutters down to like stand on like the edge of the painting that he's in the process of making, and Elmira like steps backwards, like frost retreating from her hand, and looking around at everything that just happened, with everyone just like making rapid steps in combat. And Basil like stands up like unstably and just I think
Dorian's gonna cut in before he can say anything and just address the class. Like,
oh, you've all had a taste of illusions when it came to the vase, and that was a larger portion of that. So think about the power that painted pictures and pictures that you see in front of you can play in your life. All right? And with that, he's gonna point to the drow who was attacked by the ghost. Have a word with you outside. Class, I believe, is dismissed.
And he looks to Basil, like, imploringly, like...
Can you roll deception for that first part?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Video. That was a load of bullshit.
That's a 19, and we're gonna add to that a nice little 8 for a 27.
All right. So, like, Cornelius, like, nods his head, and, like, the other kid in the front, and Eulalie is like, the art world is incredible.
Stop. Oh my god.
And like the rest of you are like a little less like completely deceived. Like there's a moment where like part of you is like, yeah, I mean, art can be very moving, but I don't really think it usually attacks me.
I just don't think it was that deep.
And like Basil also like nods his head and is like,
but he believes it too.
He kind of thinks that Dorian maybe did this on purpose as like a joke.
You know, the test of artistic skill.
Haha. He took a tea.
He did a tea.
So he like nods his head and he's like, yes, so class dismissed, and I'll see you, all later. And he also stops and he's like, yes, Annabelle, I'd like to meet with you outside. And he like kind of follows as like Annabelle like stands there for a bit, and everyone kind of pauses and like kind of uncertainly starts packing up their art supplies.
I was gonna say real quick, Hyde's gonna like start clapping, and he's gonna go over. Ooh, my light. He's gonna go over to Lori, and he's gonna clasp him on the shoulder and go, "Mr. Dantes, nice work." It was really impressive of you. Didn't think you had it in you.
Oh, okay. Lori's whole demeanor just switched. He's just like, I don't believe I've met you. And who do you think you are?
Edward Hyde. Nice to meet you.
Well,
And
it's
he
not
sticks out
quite
his
nice
hand.
to meet you.
That's a shame. Have you heard things about me? Might damage my character.
He's like, I don't like anyone who calls me that name. And he's not going to take his hand. He's very promptly not taking his hand.
I can assure you I'm just as charming and lovable as Harvey.
That's
I
a
guess
lie.
I'll have to see about that.
Yeah, roll deception.
That's a lie.
Big ol' lie!
That's a lie.
And-
Video in the back.
And as you've been talking, there have been like soft clicks as like the pieces that fell apart as you like smashed the bracers around your arms slowly like fly up to like click back into place piece by piece. And they kind of they start clicking together.
Yeah,
And
Hyde
video
gives
waves.
like a he just like gives like almost a snarl as like he's like, oh, I wanted more time. And Harvey like looks at Lori when he comes back and just like, I'm so sorry. Ignore everything that he just said. Hi. And then I think Harvey like wants to walk away because he's very embarrassed.
Oh. Lori's gonna take the hand that was behind his back now. He's gonna take it and he's gonna grab Harvey's shoulder. And he's gonna wince a little bit as he does this. And he's like, don't worry about it. Your secret's safe with me.
Harvey gives like a pat on his hand and goes, thank you. I greatly appreciate that, Lori. I really do. And then
He's
he walks
gonna
away.
wince when he pats. He goes, you're welcome. Hey.
You alright? Did you
Yeah,
get hurt?
totally good. Yep, it's fine. Totally fine. And he's like, oh, all right. Anyway, and then he's gonna keep walking.
Harvey's gonna walk away too.
Most people have like packed up by now. Some of them are already gone, like the guy in the front and the other girl in the front. Annabelle is like kind of dawdling, like packing up some of her stuff. And Cornelius is like kind of waiting too a little bit, but also like packing up his stuff. Like just into like a little satchel. And Annabelle like turns as Basil has like finished moving like his supplies into like a free cupboard that was empty so that he can just come back tomorrow or whenever the class resumes. And kind of turns around to like make eye contact with her with like kind of a concerned look. And he like comes over to like hold her shoulder as he like steers her towards the door. And he like also like sees Lori and he's like, Lori! Oh! Are you taking that? Oh!
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm here on a favor, but it was a good class. Besides the whole shadowy bit,
Yeah.
but you know,
Yeah.
hey, loved it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess art is crazy like that.
Mhm.
And Annabelle is kind of just like standing there with like, yeah. Should we get going?
Ooh.
And he like kind of like pauses from like remembering like, oh yeah, there's like priorities.
Oh no.
You can't be distracted. And he's like, I'll catch you later. Excited to see you more for this class.
Hey, bye, Basil.
Bye.
And he's gonna be like, I won't be seeing more of you. Bye. He doesn't. He says that under his breath because he's not gonna be taking this class again because he doesn't like art. But he wants to be nice. Basil's his friend.
He's dropping the class.
Yeah, it's not for him. His schedule's too much.
And Vidya really quick just like scoot towards Eric. Just like,
Psst. Hey, psst. Hey, you.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Eric?
I'm Vidya. I just didn't know who you were, and I'm very, very nosy.
Oh, nice to meet you, Vidya. I'm Eric. I said that already.
Dude,
Hi.
it's okay.
Nice to meet you.
It was just in case I didn't hear it.
He doesn't know. He doesn't. He extends both hands as a shaking because he doesn't know that you're only meant to do one. So he's gonna extend both hands to shake.
She shakes both. I really liked your magic. The organ.
Oh yeah. I'm somewhat of a musician. It's what I do.
It was really good. It was so cool. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Is this your first day?
Yeah, actually. I took a class because I wanted to extend my art. Do something, productive.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard that art is a good way of expressing yourself.
Yeah.
So
I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done it besides today, but so I've heard.
I like your bird.
Thank you. She looks at Gratia is over on the painting, kind of holds her arm out so Gratia will fly over, and just be like, "This is Gratia." This big, kind of slightly smoking raven. She's very nice.
He's gonna. Eric's gonna extend a hand, and on his hand, a little valve pops out, so some steam goes straight into her.
Gratia is shocked. She's like, "What? What?" She tries to peck at it, and I'm just like, "No, don't do that."
Just blow the feathers. And he says, "Well, it's good to meet you. I'm still making friends. Yeah."
Well, you got one in me.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad. And you and me too.
Yes, awesome. She quickly pulls out a sticky note and writes down. Hell yes. Puts it away.
Nice.
So as Basil kind of directs Annabelle towards the door, she stops for a second. She's like, "I'll be right out. I need to return something quick." And she goes back to her art supplies that she set down. As Basil waits near the door, and she has to pass through you guys again. And she goes, "Y'all wait for a minute." And then she just says that out of the below her breath as she passes maybe Vidya or Lori here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can roll perception if you want, but for plot reasons.
Yeah.
So then she opens her art supplies quickly and pulls out the pencil she took from the desk and goes back to the desk and puts it back in. And she
While she's by the desk, Dorian would make his way over there and put his foot on the drawer that he sensed the magic coming from.
Okay. So she puts the pencil back in the drawer that she took it from, and then she looks at him, and Basil kind of standing at the doorway, and Basil is like, "Was that an illusion?" And Annabelle kind of doesn't break eye contact with Dorian, is like,
No, it was not an illusion at all. And I believe this lovely bird here has quite a song to sing for us. Or a picture to paint, if you will. Now, what exactly were you looking for on this desk?
And he's gonna, he'll use Presence of the Fae. She gets to roll a charisma saving throw or be charmed.
"Okay. That's a 5. So she relaxes a little bit, and she's like, "I wasn't sure what to look for. I thought I might find something just to keep myself from..." I was really able to convince myself that everything was okay. I don't know if everything is okay. I'm worried because my mentor is gone, and so is her husband, and no one seems to really know what happened to him. And I don't know if anybody's really looking.
We'll help you.
And she turns at Eric's voice, and she's like,
I'll help. I didn't know about the art teacher, but I'm here.
"Thank you." And she like points at you, and then she like looks away.
Do you know where to start?
I think
Well-
this desk has the key in it. There's something in here that's worth checking out. But in the meantime,
And Dorian sort of like almost apprehensively turns to Harvey, and almost meekly just sort of like,
I think she might have been hurt. If you could see to that, old friend.
Sure, sure thing. And so like Harvey will go to her, be like, "Oh, you all right?"
Annabelle kind of like moves her shirt aside as there's like 4 and like a 5th like brushed point of like where the fingers went into her shoulder, and there is still like oil paint around the edges. Yeah.
That looks like a nasty scrape. I have a little kit with me in my bag. If you wanna, I'll go grab that really quickly, and I'll help you.
Eric kind of rushes forward and goes, I can do it if you need to. I have a spell for you. If you'd like. And he casts Cure Wounds. At first level.
Okay.
And you're gonna heal 9 points of healing damage. 9 points of
Healing damage.
HP back. Yeah, healing damage. I nearly said healing damage. 9 points of healing damage. Boom! Take that, Annabelle.
I hope you feel better. Derogatory.
Yeah.
Get shot. I feel great.
You know, I have Cure Wounds too, but I forgot that I could do that. Because I was literally just thinking, oh yeah, physical, get the kit.
Yeah.
But
Harvey do be cleric.
Yeah, you can
that,
roll like
it's perfectly Harvey that he would forget
Yeah.
that he could do Cure Wounds.
Just trying to use
Got a
his
lot
system.
going
like
on.
a medicine check for like, because like the oil that was around the edges is like gone, and it's kind of like cauterized, but you could like do a medicine check and like perfectly bandage it.
Okay. Alrighty.
Dorian's lean over and gently cast guidance on Harvey, just like touching his shoulder. Which gives
That
you a plus
is-
1d4.
Ooh. I rolled an unnatural 20.
Oh, wonderful. So you're like practiced in like just bandaging up, and you like put her like shoulder in a bit of a stiff thing so that like she can still move her arm. This is like her dominant arm, so like we can still paint. And she like moves it a bit stiffly and just like cracks it, and then she's like, "All right, let's talk." Maybe that came out aggressive. Let's talk.
Wow.
Harvey got scared for a second. He was like, okay.
All right. Did she mean to us or to the teacher who she was supposed to go out and talk to, I think? Or was that another student?
Just no one really, like, all the other students have like gone by this point, and everyone that's left is just like you guys, Basil, and her.
Oh, okay. I thought Basil was taking her to talk privately. So that's why I thought she was leaving.
he was gonna like try and take her to Dorian to like also get in on anything. And he like moves a bit closer to the desk, kind of standing next to you guys, and is like, "All right, let's go through the information we have. I will start. Give this young lady some recovery time. I am Basil, and I was asked about a week ago if I could help substitute for this class, because the 2 professors who were meant to lead it, a married couple named Aloysius and Almira, were missing. They have led different art classes for many years together, and last week they failed to show up to teachers' meetings. Their quarters were inspected, the classrooms were looked at, and there isn't really anything that people found. So they called me here, and then I called Dorian here, and then you took this class, and something attacked, and now we're standing here, and we just heal this young lady, and we're caught up. Okay, we're caught up. This is what I know.
Parts I would like to elucidate involve this young lady Annabelle coming over to the desk that has some kind of magic tucked away in it, and she scrounged about, took off with a pencil when she couldn't find what she was looking for. She's brought to light that she doesn't know what it is in particular she's looking for. However, there's still some powerful source of Arcana within these drawers.
Have you identified where that is or what that is?
Dorian taps his foot against the drawer that he could sense the object located in.
Alright.
Did we
And
ever-
Annabelle... Yes?
Do we ever look behind that one painting that we saw that was the exact copy of the thing that we were supposed to be painting?
No, you didn't really look at that. You can now if you want.
Yeah.
Just kind of like
Just like,
listening in.
because it was covered up, right? I just couldn't remember if it was covered up or if we saw like the whole thing or if we saw like a corner.
Yeah,
and
it was covered up. You could see like the bit of the vase and
Mhm.
the flowers that were like the same.
Gotcha. Yeah, I want to check that out. See what's going on there in case it means something.
So like looking through the paintings and like just moving, like this is like they're just out here, like it's kind of hard to like investigate and not find the specific painting you're looking for. So I'm not gonna have you roll for it. But you like shift the sheet that was over it. And behind it you see this woman who's standing next to this vase with the flowers. That is like, this is the same bouquet. This is probably just like the bouquet is now aged. And she's standing next to it with like a peaceful smile, like seemingly to be like painting her own portrait. Like this is like someone painted her while she was painting this vase and flowers. And she's got like this calm smile on her face with just like this sort of expression. And she's very like, she's just in like a painter's smock and like loose shirt with the sleeves rolled up and her hair back, with pointed ears, and like there's crow's feet by her eyes. She's like an older elf, maybe like half elf. And this is the painting you found.
Stevie, we're getting feedback from you.
Yeah.
I was messaging you about it, but I thought you didn't notice, so just go. So that's like the painting on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay. I pointed out in case anyone else was particularly interested in that, and then.
Harvey said bye.
I'm just gonna go.
No, I'm still here. I'm so sorry. I was turning off my fan. Oh, sorry.
You're valid.
It's okay.
But I'll point out the painting.
All right. So like it's actually like a fairly big painting. It's like an oval, and it's kind of like there's a frame near it that's like a bit ornate, and it looks like it's supposed to like fit over it. Like it's an entire piece that was like done recently. And you like point it out to the group, and Annabelle looks over and she goes like, "Yes, that's a painting Aloysius was working on. Sorry, he was working on because it's their anniversary soon."
Was she doing one of him?
What?
Was she doing a point, like a painting and counterpoint? A painting of him?
No, I think she was doing one of the flowers. I think it might be the same vase. I think no one just got up here to change the flowers that we were supposed to paint for today. I didn't really say anything because It's there. And Basil seemed a bit overwhelmed, and Basil was like,
Aw.
Dorian
My
looks
bad.
affronted and puts a hand on Basil's shoulder. Like, he was not overwhelmed. Like, that
He
sort
was
of
whelmed.
body language.
He was perfectly
I
well.
believe
Perfectly whelmed enough.
Basil here was appropriately whelmed by the situation
An average
and did a
amount of
fine
whelmed.
job.
And she just kind of looks over and she's like, I mean, it's a weird bouquet, but well, that's about it.
Can Harvey cast detect good and evil?
Yes.
Oh.
Spicy.
That is a 14.
Um,
I don't. Do you roll for detect good and evil?
What?
Oh,
yeah.
why
What does your
not?
spell
This is
say?
good, eh?
What does your spell say? I
Yeah.
do not believe. I don't think you roll.
I don't. It just
You don't
says.
have to roll.
Is it just for a range of 30 feet? So within
Yeah.
30 feet of me. Okay,
You
my
just cast
bad.
it.
Okay, so
My
you like
bad.
move a bit closer to the portrait, and you like extend yourself to like feel the like arcana embedded in this painting, and looking at it, like there isn't really necessarily a there's
Hmm?
something here.
Eh?
Yeah,
What
there's
is-
something here. There's something present in the portrait. I don't know if I could describe it as good or evil.
It's neutral. The painting's neutral.
This painting.
Neutral
Painting is
tones.
Neutral
The Swiss ones.
Neutral tones.
Oh my.
You rolling?
Swiss painting.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Okay.
You can't just do that. You can't
Harvey
just
is
roll.
looking at this painting and he goes, I have a feeling there's something not quite right with this painting.
Dorian looks shook.
Shook.
Oh my god.
I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to do something, and I think I am. So the painting blinks, smiles, and she drops her paintbrush and like palette and moves out of the frame.
Oh!
Like
As you should.
Like
Go green.
into it? Or
no, like it's like going off camera.
okay.
As you
So
should.
Lori makes a-
the subject of the painting is
noise.
gone.
Yeah.
It's like a Harry Potter. It's like a Harry Potter painting has just fled.
Yeah.
Didn't like that one bit.
She said independency.
I'm gonna open the drawer with the magic thing in it.
Annabelle like is still just like staring at the painting, and she like looks at you like going into the drawer, and she's like, this is Elmira's desk. That was Elmira. That was Elmira. That was Elmira.
Well, now that we know she's here, she might say something in protest if she sees me going through her stuff.
She's not here currently. She left.
And she,
I think.
yes, she moved on to a new painting, actually.
Which
Should we
paint?
find
Anyway,
other
that
paintings?
I'm
drawer.
gonna go to the other paintings of the room. What are the other paintings in the room?
All right. Roll a perception check.
I can do that. What is my perception? It's high.
Okay.
That's 8.
So you open this this drawer, and can you give me a Constitution saving throw?
Perception was 17.
Okay. Looking through the different paintings, there are like 20 paintings on this wall of like different things, different subjects, different environments, including like some of like other people. Like there are some of like just like sketches.
Mhm.
And out of the corner of your eye, you do see like the tail end of the dress as it like moves. But she's also like knows where to move.
Okay. I'm
So
playing Where's
she-
Waldo right now.
Yeah. So yeah. What was the Constitution saving throw?
I got a 8.
Okay. There is
Oh boy.
So you take 4 points of damage. It's a. How are you with poison? Because
No
there's.
resistance, no vulnerability.
All right. So as you like pull open this drawer, there's this slick of oil paint that like goes over your hand. It's like you grab the drawer and the drawer grabbed you. As it like goes up your hand and you're poisoned.
Oh. Yucky.
Not a pleasant feeling.
I think
Does the drawer open?
Yeah, the drawer opens.
Is there nothing in it? Was the magic just the poison?
You do see there's like a section over the top of the drawer that like without your eyes you wouldn't see it. Like it's the same sort of thing that you did when everybody walked in. You made eyes glaze over you. Your
Gotcha.
eyes see this. Yeah.
Sorry, swearing and like muttering in a different language, he would proceed to like go through and open that anyways.
He pulls out this packet that's like it's like taped to the top of this drawer, and it's like a manila envelope that like he unravels a little bit, and Annabelle like looks to the group of you and she's like, I don't understand what's happening.
We don't know yet. It's okay.
Lori's not paying attention. He's looking at the paintings. He's like,
Yeah, Video's
no,
like,
not
we
you.
don't know yet. It's okay. Just stand near us. Give it a moment.
Yeah. So you're looking at this envelope, and it is also like warded. So there's a sort of you're not quite sure how to open it. It must be something nearby, but you can't quite tell. Like, this isn't something that you can just open by force. Like, it will just do the same thing as the drawer. It will poison you back. But there must be a sort of key to this.
Is that like an enchanted letter opener we can look for?
Maybe a pencil?
An enchanted pencil. Stop it.
Yeah,
You hold it up and I
mightier
shoot it,
than a
right? And you
sword.
just let it go and I shoot it right in time, right?
I mean, I was gonna check for their art supplies, like more specifically, the actual like paintbrush or whatever sort of metal scrape they might use when they were doing art, to see if there's any harmony between the two things, and it might have some way to dispel the effect on it.
Okay, so
In the meantime, I'd set the envelope down on the table because I've been poisoned, so I'll switch from a different language and like blood, bracken, and bone.
There's something on that. Shouldn't touch my face. There's something on that.
he like rubs his eyes. No.
I hate this.
Roll an Arcana check at disadvantage because you are like distracted with this poison.
Oh.
I got a 9 plus. Arcana is +5 for 14.
Okay, so you're like looking around, looking for something that like matches this of like this is a lock, where is the key? Like searching that out like magically. But like looking for this is like it's got multiple components, so you can't quite understand. You can't like quite piece it together of like what are the pieces to this, because it's not just one part, and you can feel that it's not one part that opens it.
Is there like a stamp or anything, like a seal that's like wax or keeping it shut, or is it just sort of magically closed?
There is
there
a wax.
heraldry on it? Is there like a flower or anything in particular?
There's not really.
Okay.
It's mostly just like a feather. Oh, yes,
And
Vidya?
Vidya, like, come up and try and help. Either search or try to understand, like, what's going on, because she would see that, like, this is kind of like finding Arcana and intelligence and stuff like that, and these are kind of her strengths.
Yeah.
Using her brain, so she would like to come help Dorian out.
Okay. So you, like, go up to next to Dorian as he's, like, trying to understand this with, like, what's still going through his hand. And looking at it, you can also give me an Arcana check.
He's like, scoot over, let me help.
Cars. And he's gonna set it down on the desk so it doesn't have any chance to, like, do anything to her, and, like, motion to it.
15 plus 6, that'll be a 21.
Alright, you can feel, like, not only the multiple parts, it's that this is... Let me put it this way. You realize the envelope's magic smells floral.
Am I thinking my brain is going to either the flowers on the table or the flowers in the painting?
Yes.
Maybe the key is not here. Maybe the key is with her in the painting.
Alright then, let's go. Dorian grabs the envelope and walks into the painting.
Touching it again.
Please just be a regular painting and you just completely walk into
Bonk.
Bonk.
Yeah.
Please, Faye, give us this.
Oh,
Yeah. You, like, put your hand through and it slips through easily
Oh.
as you step into this painting. Does anybody follow him?
Yeah,
Dorian would turn around and, like,
if you
motion
walk into,
everybody
like,
to come to.
a flat surface.
I was gonna say,
That's what I was
Harvey.
hoping for.
looking at the other paintings, his back's to everybody. He's not seeing this.
Lori.
He's like, what? Oh,
I'll
okay.
say, I was gonna say, Harvey probably wanted to rush after Dorian. And can I cast Cure Wounds to heal the poison, or is that something that I
Just
can't
not
do?
a
Doesn't heal poison. You have to have a certain kind of spell to get rid of poison. But you can heal
Okay.
the damage. It just won't stop the poison unless you have something for that, which you might. You're a cleric.
I think Lesser Restoration might do it.
If you have that spell prepared.
I think. I'll check.
Let's see.
Got that one prepared and ready to go. Oh, we're all just like, look, Lori, turn. Lori,
Yeah.
we're going into
Sorry.
the
Yeah.
painting.
Sorry.
We're going into this painting.
Magical
Okay.
paintings
Everybody
require
rushes
our
in and
attendance.
grabs Lori by the back of the
He's
coat.
like,
Yes,
we're
if
going into
neither
the
bard
painting.
has it either.
I have it. I forgot that I always have it prepared. So yeah, it says that I just need to touch someone
Yes.
Do it.
in order to do it, so I can heal up Dorian.
Yeah, so rushing into the painting following after, you, like, you're speedy, and, like, this is a painting, there's not much room inside. You, like, rush in, and the moment your hands connect to, like, Dorian's back as you, like, kind of run into him, the poison, like, recedes and just kind of, like, drips off of, Dorian's hands onto the floor.
Ooh. Didn't want you rushing into anything being poisoned and all. Feel better?
Immensely so. Thank you, Harvey.
welcome,
Annabelle has also followed you in, but Basil stayed in the room.
Annabelle.
Bye, Basil.
Annabelle.
Bye, Basil.
Annabelle is, like, the last one to come in, and she goes, like, let's find her.
Eric pops his head out and just goes, "Thank you for the lesson." And then
Yeah, the
disappears.
class was really good. I felt like I learned so much. Thank you.
Looking
Off
around, looking around, you see, like, this scene that you stepped into, you can see, like, the portrait hole of it, the same way you kind of saw, like, the mirror being cracked in a way, but it's not cracked, it's still whole, and you've stepped through, and you're in this room that seems like it seems like it's not fully, like, formed. There's places that are still, like, painted and like perfectly sketched, but it is still like an impressionist painting. So like there's sections that are just unclear, but you can still see the outline. And in front of you is like a similar painting of the bouquet and the vase, and you look to the side, and there is like another easel next to, like, not an easel, there's another table next to the oval portrait that was right there, where it must have been where Aloysius painted it. And this is where Elmira stood as she was being painted, also painting the vase and the flowers. Where she is no longer standing, and there is actually like a door at the other side of the room that is open to a pasture.
Laura's gonna go to that door. Just gonna follow that lady.
All right. Looking out, you see like it's like a room. It's almost like an art piece room, because like you can see like the strokes of paint in like the grass and the flowers that are like scattered in here, and like the wall that at the same time is like open, but you can tell it's a wall and the clouds are painted, but they're still like slightly moving. And there's all these pieces to it, but there is another doorway on the other side.
Okay. Do I see her anywhere or like anything? No.
You don't really see her there. You don't really. It seems like there's another painting next to this one. It seems like this is that
The
wall.
middle. Okay, so he's gonna go through that.
Okay. So you go through like the pasture room. Does anybody like else look into following him?
I'm gonna say Harvey probably will follow after.
Laura's like a leash kid. If you let him go, he's gonna go.
Dorian's gonna stand beside Harvey, cast guidance on him again, and continue sort of like along with him, walking in his step.
Start singing knockoff Backyardigans songs in the back. I'm just whispering.
Eric is both curious to find this woman, and also he's excited about having new friends, so he's going to follow them.
This is a friendship
Baby
journey.
boy.
This is a friendship adventure.
Annabelle.
This is an adventure, right?
Annabelle moves along with this line of classmates, and as you like pass through different rooms, you don't really see like her. You see other people, but they aren't like people. They're less like the guy was that you fought before, who kept on like almost being a painting and then like turning like not quite either. These people are like impressionist paintings. They've got like they've got like the imagined face. Like they have like the eyes and like the lips, and like they have like resting faces, but nowhere near like getting towards Uncanny Valley.
Okay.
Of just like doing things like pouring water out of like a basin, or like looking at fruit. And all these places that you're looking through are still life until you actually get back to you find the classroom. You find the shattered mirror. You see the body at the end of the room, and over him you see her.
Oh.
And she
Did I
stands.
kill her husband? Did I kill her husband?
What?
And she stands with like the rippling paint around her. It trembles, and she turns with eyes turning dead black.
Oh.
As she turns and she goes, "He was mine.
It was an accident.
You took my kill."
Oh,
Roll initiative.
My bad. Whoa. Okay, that's
took
a
your
different
kill.
turn. Wow.
Ma'am,
Okay, well,
excuse me.
Oh boy.
I was gonna feel bad. I'm feeling a lot of whiplash right now.
I
I'm
decapitated
sorry.
that one.
You're welcome. You got a not one?
What can I say?
You said not one?
Oh no, I got a 4.
Oh, they said not one. I was like, oh my god. Lori's just like,
No.
whoa, what?
I'm still in
Lori?
single figures, damn it.
Lori was feeling great, and now he's like,
And then she's like, you took my kill, and he's like, huh? I'm like, wait, what am I supposed to feel right now? I don't. What do you want me to do?
what now?
What do you want me to do?
All
about
right.
this?
So who got 20 to 25?
Ha!
Natural 20.
We can always hope. Oh. All right.
Total 23. I've never gotten so many.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
This dice is kind. I dropped the
Alright.
dice. I'm sorry.
15 to 20? No?
I got an 18.
All right.
Natural 20 mean anything on initiative?
I don't think so.
No, it's just for like
Favor.
attack rolls, I think.
Yeah.
It's like
I think it's literally. I think nat 20 is the only thing that it counts towards is actually attack rolls. I believe. I think it does like cool stuff for. You get
for
crit.
like ability checks, but yeah. So 15 to 10.
15.
15? Okay.
14.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Okay. 10 to 5.
But 8.
I
And
have your
then-
welcome stuck in my head.
Yeah, me too. And then 5 to 1.
Emmy.
Hehe.
Little me.
Little me.
Hey how you doing?
I'm just a little guy.
I'm just a little guy, and it's my birthday, and I just took an art class. All right. So first in the order is Vidya.
Would you say is the first painting man humanoid?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm going to cast a cursed specter. Starting in blah blah blah, you can curse the soul of a person you slay, temporarily binding it to your service. You slay a humanoid, you can cause its spirit to rise from the corpse as a specter, and it has its stats back. It gains temporary hit points equal to half your warlock level. It obeys your verbal commands. It gains a special bonus to its attack, equal to your charisma modifier. It's at my service until my next long rest, at which point it vanishes. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
All right then.
I'm just like, okay, this is ridiculous. You know what? If you want
You
to
want
kill
your
so badly,
husband?
what if we
Here.
brought him back? I just like wave a hand.
Bring him back. You can do it.
Come on back.
So, yeah. How do you want to describe him rising, or should I?
You go ahead. It's your painting, man.
All right. So, like, the way that he was like, you know, rippling in between. But this, like, specter raises and is, like, put together in, like, it's like white paints and grays are, like, raised. And he's like a shade faded. But he also, like, he starts to get some of his, like, old color that he was, like, warping between in the fight. And he, like, stands with, like, dead eyes. And he, like, puts his arm back and he bows.
She gives a little laugh. So roll his initiative. I don't know what his bonuses are.
Yeah.
Rolls a 14. That is where he is on the
He
turn.
rolled a nat 1.
Nice.
Oh, you rolled
Alright.
his... Okay.
He's like, oh.
I'm supposed to
should-
roll initiative.
Oh, okay, go
Yeah,
for it.
I rolled
What was
14
it?
for him.
Okay. Yes. And is that your turn, or?
Okay, that was my action. See if I got any spacey things. I can't cast a spell as my bonus action if I cast
A leveled
first.
spell, yeah. Oh, but that's not a leveled spell, so you
No,
might
it's
be able to
not.
cast a spell as your bonus action.
I want to do Hexblade's Curse. What would you say, Faye? You technically can't cast a leveled spell, but that special move is just a warlock thing and not a leveled spell. So technically,
I'd say go for it.
Okay. Hexblade's Curse is just, I'm gonna put it on the painting lady. Lasts for 1 minute until she dies, or I die, or I'm incapacitated, and I just gain +3 to damage rolls and score a critical hit on a 19 or a 20. And if it dies, I regain 10 HP. So that's it. That's my turn.
Okay.
So flavor stuff happens. Mostly just when I roll.
All right. So you prepare that, and like there's this force that almost like appears, like waiting in the wings, if you will, because there's like a shadow of like wings that like show up behind you for a second.
Also look at everyone and say, he's with us. Well, he's with me. He's not with y'all, but he's with me.
Next is Annabelle. And she gotta make sure I can do this.
And we're birds.
And we're birds.
And we're birds.
Birds.
Everyone, do the pigeon.
She steps forward and tries to she steps forward to like the front of the group, and she tries to... It took away the thing that I was trying to look at. Wait.
You can do it.
Believe in you.
Let's go.
We're birds.
And we're birds. Okay. So she steps forward, and you see the paint in this room ripples in like the area, and it like it doesn't necessarily tear, but there's like streaks that happen as she tries to... I'm imagining this is kind of an attack because she's casting Shape Water as a cantrip, and she's trying to bend the paint in the environment that we're in, and she's trying to twist Elmira out of her shape.
Oh.
That's
okay.
a spicy cantrip right there.
I know.
So I think I'm going to just roll a saving throw for Elmira. Strength saving throw to try and keep her shape. And that's a 17. And this is at will. I'm trying to like flavor this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You lose
Yeah.
on hand.
I'm the DM. I can do it. Yeah.
Your paint hand falls apart.
And I think Annabelle like tries to do that, and the same way that like the sort of wings appeared for you, Vidya, sort of wings appear for her in the same way.
Oh.
And she like
Vidya's like
and she like tries, but like Elmira, like as she like starts to get stretched out, she bends it forward and it snaps back to her will, and the like stripes of brown wood from like the floorboards that were painted in, they crack, and she brings them up ready to like let them out.
Ooh.
that's spicy.
So that will be Annabelle's turn. And next is Dorian.
Dorian is going to take his fancy walking stick in his hand. He's gonna like almost whisper something to the top of it and grab it quickly. Step 15 feet away. He casts darkness, and then once he's 15 feet away from the group, he'll let the darkness show, which encapsulates him in a 10-foot sphere that no one, even with dark vision, can see in or out of, which will give him advantage on all his attack rolls.
All right.
And that's his whole turn.
Nice.
A man's put himself in a box.
Fight me.
Fight me from here.
All right. So next is Aloysius. Wait, do I wield him or do you, Vidya?
He obeys my command, so I will have him like use an attack on her.
Okay, and she is focusing on you because she hasn't really seen him rise since she was turned towards you. So he will have advantage on this.
And whatever you can, it's whatever you want to do, but he does gain a special bonus to his attack rolls plus my charisma modifier, so plus 4 to anything he does attack roll wise.
Okay.
So my command will be to attack her. Slay her down where she stands.
So he like draws back the same like claw that he did to try and attack Annabelle, and he tries to just stab her in the back, and he hits like her like just like he just tries to like hit the top of her back, so like probably more like her shoulder blades. And okay, yes, I need to bring up the sheet. Okay.
I would like for you to pull up that character sheet that you put away. Thank you.
Yes. All right.
I know he died, but like, what if he didn't?
Bring it back.
Just warlock
but I'm dead.
Just warlock things.
Yeah. All right. So plus. Okay.
Plus 4
so,
when you roll to attack. Like you roll, you do 20.
Oh yeah. So that's plus yours and then plus mine.
No, plus my charisma to his. Yeah, plus this thing too. Whatever he has is normal, plus the 4.
All right. Cool. So that. The room is getting dark, so it's getting a little hard to see. I will use my own light.
Stop.
So
just lift them up.
Plus 4. So that's plus your 4. That's 19.
Fun.
Yeah. A dirty 19.
Wow.
And he deals 3d6 necrotic damage.
Nice.
That's my bitch. Hey.
And that's 9 points of damage to her.
Nice. It's good.
Nice.
I need to get a calculator out. I cannot subtract things.
I got a calculator. What do you need?
I'm not gonna give you the HP. Try.
Let me slide in there.
You had me in the first part. I was like, yeah. All right. So, she is hit in the back. Easy. Actually, I should have rolled twice because he has advantage because it's like surprised.
Oh, if he got an natural
He
20?
doesn't. No.
What happens? It's all good.
All right. So I think that's the end of his turn. He doesn't have. Yeah. He doesn't have really anything else he can really do. Yeah. So that's his turn, and then it's Harvey.
Okie dokie. Harvey's gonna cast Spirit Guardians. And so, like, these are gonna be little spirits that come out to protect him. And it says that they could, if you're good, they come out angelic, and if you're bad, then they come out a little demonic. And I think it might be fun if they come out demonic this time.
Okay.
So he casts that, and I believe that the person who I'm attacking will have to take a wisdom saving throw.
All right. Okay.
What's the DC?
So the DC is...
It's crazy. Look in your eye.
I feel fear.
You're just rolling. Oh god, not the little...
It's wisdom 14. So they have to beat a 14.
They fail.
Nice.
Whew. Okay, so it says that if they fail, they take 3d8 necrotic damage, so I'll roll that. Okay. 16.
Oh, go Harvey, go! Go Harvey, go!
Oh,
Get him, Harvey!
Wow.
get him, boy.
Oh wait, I think I roll an extra 1d8 because it says roll the damage increases if it's a slot level above 3rd level. So I'm
Okay.
gonna roll another one. Okay. So it's 23.
Woo!
All together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a note, does it say a slot level at the very bottom? Like, is that the last thing it says?
Yes.
That might
Gotta read
mean
that wrong.
when you get next level up. Like you can only
Yeah.
cast up to 3rd level spells right now, so you can't cast
Oh.
it at level 4. It's saying when you get to level 4 you can add another D8. But I don't know if you can cast level 4
I don't think. Well,
Okay,
maybe
then-
as a cleric, but we can't as bards.
Scratch that, never mind.
yeah. It still does that.
Then I just have
couldn't remember if
16.
that was it.
Okay. Alright. Then is that Harvey's turn? Or
Yeah, I think he'll do that. Yeah, that'll be my turn.
okay. Then next is Elmira.
What
Oh,
you gonna do? Dun, dun. What you gonna do?
fear.
Alright. She's it's
Dog
loading.
is snoring and it's real cute.
Aww.
Okay. So she summons she had those splinters hanging in the air from the floor. So she has that and just lets it go. And I'll say there's I'm trying to think. Music is also getting to me. Ooh.
Ew.
So she lets it go, and I'll say could I get who's at the front of the group, because I know Annabelle
Lori.
is going to have to. Yes,
Lori's at the
Lori's
front.
in the front. Annabelle's in the front. Dorian might be in the front. No, you're in darkness. Never mind.
You can still try.
Harvey was near Dorian, I know, so he's in that vicinity.
Okay. So then, Eric and Vidia's near the back because she summoned that. So
Eric's running
okay.
currently running towards his organ, towards the side.
Oh yeah, that is still spectrally
Same
there. as
room.
well.
It stays there for 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's just been here the
Wow.
whole time. I love that.
Mhm.
It's
It's
just
an
still
organ.
playing that D minor.
Oh, it's still there. That inspiration is really flowing through
The
right
whole
now.
time. That's been going.
Wow.
So yeah, Lori, Annabelle, and I'll say Eric have to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh, goody. The
Oh,
one
okay.
I'm not good at.
It's okay.
Are you fuck?
Never mind. It's not okay.
Ah.
21.
The speed of which I said it's okay, and then it just wasn't okay.
I hate to say this, miss, but Annabelle also rolled a nat 20.
Damn, Annabelle! What did she
Oh,
do?
she's-
What flips did she maneuver? She dabbed out the way?
You guys, I got a 2 and I got a -1 in dex, so it's a 1.
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh my
no.
This is fine.
I'll roll 2d4 because these are splinters. They're 2
Wooden
inches
daggers.
long, but that's
He's-
5 points of damage.
Alright, well, he's sensitive. His skin is sensitive right now, so.
Yeah, that's true. So it goes through the coat and is there's just 2 that are sticking out. Just a little bit. You can easily pull them out.
Yeah. He's like,
So she lets that go, and I don't think she has any bonus actions. No, she doesn't. I should fix that next time. I'll fix that next time.
Oh no.
Hmm.
This is most unfortunate.
So then, she lets that go, and then I think she's preparing to cast something from her hands now, and it's like the paint is like rippling from like it's you know it's a painting. It's like smattering the effects of like heat. And so so she's preparing to do that, and that's her turn. So next is Eric.
Yeah, so he's gonna run over towards his organ, and he's like, "Oh my goodness, it's still here! Thank goodness." The quarter stopped playing, but he's also aware that Dorian is currently like in his little cloud, so he's pretty safe. He's gonna continue his musical interlude of the intro to Phantom of the Opera and give bardic inspiration to Vidya.
Finally
Nice.
got to the dun 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Exactly.
lovely.
And as he gets to that final note, dun 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 dun, that final note casts Shatter
Ooh.
toward at third level, which is going to require you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay.
Oh.
What? What did you get?
This please. I got an 8.
An 8? No, funnily enough, that is not bad. So,
Crazy.
yeah, you take 4d8 of damage. 15, 19, 24.
Ooh.
Okay.
Points
Nice.
of, I think it's like what, shock damage?
Under.
Oh.
Under damage. That's the
Yeah.
one.
Welcome
So
to the Thunderdome.
And
it's like, is it a sphere?
Yes, it's
Yeah?
a 10-foot sphere.
Yeah. So this like perfect sphere of like the like paint, the like terrain around this area is now rough because like there's just been like damage taken to this area. So like going across it will like halve your speed if you try and get close, just as a note. So like there's like it's like when you it's like the Jurassic Park bit of like the shaking the water.
The water, yeah.
But like yeah, it's like rippling out, and she like it does actually distort her form quite a bit.
Ooh.
Of like it like starts to like move, spread her out, and she's like trying to retract herself into her form, and she's still like trying to like keep the thing that she's trying to prepare like prepared, but it is getting difficult.
Yikes.
Excellent.
All right, is that your turn?
That is my turn.
All right, now it's Lori.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers. So I'm going to need her to make a wisdom saving throw. She has to beat a 13, or else if she doesn't beat it, then she gets 5d6 damage.
She beats it.
But then she does make it?
She got a natural 20.
Okay, well now because she does make it, she has to move where, okay. Sorry, I'm reading.
Good. Yeah, as she's like trying to retract herself from like the rippling paint and how like far it's like spreading her, she's like trying to like piece herself back together with like concentrating. And she's kind of getting there a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. So because it's saved, she takes half as much damage. So I'll just, since it's 5, do you want me to just roll it and then divide, or do you want me to just do like
roll it and then divide.
Okay. Okay, so that wasn't.
Ooh,
So she
I like the thrilling music and then just me going wah.
So she takes 7 points
Waluigi
of damage.
All right. She's looking kind of rough. She wasn't expecting this much of a fight.
Listen, you messed with the wrong class. We like fighting here. Okay? You're making good progress.
That's what happens when you mess with humanity majors.
Really? Like, that's what she did. Rolled up here on these poor souls.
You may take our lives, but you'll never take our culture.
All right, then that is top of the order. Then Vidya.
Okay.
What the order to you?
And she's looking pretty rough. Okay, but I'm gonna go for burn my second and last pack spell. And just Vidya's gonna be like, I really was enjoying the painting, so I would like to get back to that. And this is kind of harshening up my vibe, and she's gonna try and cast Witch Bolt.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, that is just hits at 19.
Yeah, that hits.
But that's a crit for me right now because Hexblade's curse.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh.
So you crit.
Yeah. It was really low within the +7 to my attack, but I was like, oh darn. Oh, 19, cool. That crit.
It's like, good. Love this
Actually
for
does
me.
well. So that is many dice. God.
Nice.
Absolutely thick with dice.
I didn't like that.
Dripping with dice.
No.
Ripe with
God.
dice.
Right.
I gotta
Right.
Oh, I just took
All
psychic
of
damage
dice.
from that.
Get me
Everyone
out
took
of here.
one psychic damage.
I gotta go.
Ugh. Sorry guys, this has been fun. Just gotta.
What did you get, Vidya?
49 points of damage.
49?
Oh.
Crit,
Wow.
3d12.
All right. How y'all doing?
Absolutely
Okay.
Vidya
slaughtered.
said, I would like to go back to painting now.
I'd like. Yes.
That's my turn.
Yeah. Well, how did you? So, what just happened? How did you flavor that? And I'll tell you how it affected her.
I think what she did was she, instead of pulling out her real gun, she's made finger guns and said what she said, and then was like pew pew, and then like this like cool arcane magic that is like black and cool and sparkly.
Vidya's so
just
cool.
Zoomed out and
Yes.
just shot at her this bolt
love
of
magic.
Yes.
witch energy. Witchy energy.
Yes.
Bolt.
Wow.
Well, technically,
There's,
it's
like-
blue energy that laces out towards creature within range. So that's what it looks
Wow.
like.
The like energy of it like powders off, like soot coming off as it like fires off into her, and there's just like the hits that you give her, they're like almost like underlying necrotic, like just it hits her in a way that like it did more, I mean, in damage numbers, like more than shatter, but like it affected her in the same way that this is more potent for her.
Have fun getting
And-
electrocuted, I guess.
All right. Then next is Annabelle.
We still got more to go. 49. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Remember what Faye said during the break? Remember what Faye said during the break? That was a threat.
Yeah. No, I'm remembering now.
It's all coming back to me. That threat.
Fear. I feel fear.
Yeah, we got this. She's not looking good.
Oh yeah, she wasn't looking good before the 49.
No, exactly. She's 49
Okay.
left.
Looking like that.
Yes.
Much better.
Ragged.
She just got one.
Ragged.
Got 1 point. I needed to do 50. Damn.
Okay.
Watch none of us make our next ones.
All of us just fail rolls, and the battle just goes on for no reason.
So Annabelle like claps her hands, and as she does so and like pulls it out, there's like it's like the opposite of, or maybe it would be a black hole. It's like a supernova effect of it, like it its white light crushing in on itself with like blackness expanding outside of it. And as she like pulls it outside of herself in front of her, she casts Summon Shadow Spawn at 3rd level.
Ooh.
So she calls forth a shadowy spirit, and it manifests an unoccupied space within. Shadow spell lock. And as she summons it, and I'll tell you guys, she summons it using despair. And as it forms, it takes this form of it takes the form of like a really tired man with like balding head, like he works in customer service. He's got an apron and like bags under his eyes. And he looks up and he finds like a target for the despair that he feels.
Oh, he works in retail.
God.
That's a lot of despair.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
He's probably the most powerful thing here right now.
And as she speaks, she says she speaks the command that guides it, and she says, "Kill."
Oh. Okay. All right.
Simple.
Short, to the point.
Affordable.
Oh.
Marketable. Yes.
It's just the sound on TikTok of like, yes, kill. Yes, that's her right
bell
now.
Ringing. Bonk.
And it's going to take the turn immediately after hers to obey this command. And it lunges forward like wildly, swinging as it tries to just it uses Weight of Sorrows. Any creature other than it starts its turn with 5 feet of the spirit. Wait. I'm trying to read. Sorry.
It's all the people who have always come back to their establishment without their receipt. They're feeling the pain from that, and they always demand that they deserve a refund, but they don't have the receipt, and it's
Where's your proof of purchase?
I can't put it in the system if there's no receipt.
But I bought it. I bought it. Like I have
Do
it
you
right
have the card
here.
that you bought it on?
Like
I'm having flashbacks. I'm having flashbacks.
Yes. So it uses a dreadful scream. So the spirit gives out this just exhausted scream of like, why do I need my receipt? And each creature within 30 feet of it must succeed a wisdom saving throw of the spell save DC. So whoops. But
Is that everyone?
yes.
Wisdom, you say? Wisdom, you say?
Wisdom
okay.
save?
Wisdom saving throw against
you
spell save DC.
Ooh.
24.
What is it?
Spell save DC is 13.
Oh, I failed.
Jesus
I failed.
Christ. I failed.
23!
Yay!
23!
Woo!
I failed. 23!
Yeah.
Harvey, his little helpers took that damage.
Yeah, exactly. So it lets out this scream, and within yourselves, you feel the just, oh god.
Nothing matters.
Lori's very familiar with this feeling.
This is
Yeah,
the
So
retail
yeah,
worker,
this
right?
is not.
This
This
is the
is
retail
very
worker
easy
scream?
method acting right
Yeah.
now.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're realizing there's a textbook that you have to return, and you're not
no.
sure if you have the receipt.
No.
Mm.
Not
And
the
so you will be-
textbook.
Frightened of the spirit for 1 minute. Yeah.
It's like a chemistry textbook, and for some reason it has a surfer on the front of it. For no,
It's always got
for
a
no
surfer
reason.
on it. Why?
It's, or like some kids at the beach. And
Yes,
so
always
it's
water,
nothing
like
to do
why?
with the. Okay.
There's someone
Oh,
on a
that
swing,
took me
what does
back.
it have-
Mm.
what?
chemistry
me
with
way
a
back.
tiger on it, but it's chemistry. Like, why is it a
Yeah.
tiger?
Like a badly drawn
Oh.
tiger.
So at the end of each of your turn will be a spell save. Sorry.
Wisdom save?
Will be a wisdom saving throw at the end of each of your turn, ending the effect on the thing itself. Otherwise, I think you just will want to run away.
We have to get as far away from it as
Oh, wow.
possible.
So we have to like succeed on the wisdom, otherwise we flee.
I think otherwise you're frightened and you
We
flee.
flee from
yeah.
wherever the spirit is. So we have to move
Yeah.
away from it, I believe.
He just looks around. He's like, "Where's everyone going?
We're just
What's
like-
happening?"
Bye.
Hey, where are y'all going?
I can't see Dorian. Everyone's leaving.
Dorian's just like, I'm vibing, man.
Thought we were winning here.
We're vibing.
Annabelle, like,
Dorian's
Annabelle
like,
doesn't.
I live in the darkness.
Born the dog.
Folded by it.
I've got good inside of me
Until I
already,
was a
man.
man.
Homebrewed,
Annabelle, why?
not store bought.
Annabelle, how could you
Nothing
do
like
this? We trusted
nothing
you.
like homemade.
So why didn't you stay back in the classroom, Annabelle?
Annabelle,
Oh,
Annabelle, leave.
yeah. Annabelle like doesn't feel the same despair because it's like spawned from her. And yeah. And Elmira fails the save as well. So she takes the effect of being frightened as well. Everyone's trying to run away from this thing.
The fight's just over. It's just Harvey sat there like, what? Oh, okay.
The ghost of Aloysius and Harvey are just like, want to play some
So,
cards?
Hyde is just there, like, ugh.
cowards.
North.
All right. Yes. Okay. So
I'm sorry, real quick. I find it so funny that there's an exit sign glowing right behind you.
Yeah, it's glowing
Yeah.
so intensely.
It's just like exit.
exit. Exit.
I'm-
Do you wish to flee?
anyway, yeah. So next will be Dorian, who did you save on that?
When combat started, boom, darkness, and then
Yes.
I moved backwards, so I'm more than 30
Yes.
feet away.
Okay, so you're good.
Yeah.
So what would you like to do from darkness? As Elmira is also frightened.
From the darkness.
Stop.
I'm gonna fire a bunch of Eldritch Blasts at this ghost lady because they hurt like a
Okay.
mother.
Her, as you
Yeah.
should. As you should.
And so this is with advantage. That first roll is a 16, second roll is a 4, so 16 for the first one, plus 8 for a 24.
That hit.
20.
Mm.
And a 12. I wanted double 20s for the second attack, but the second one crits.
How do you want to do this?
Hey!
Oh.
I need to figure out how much damage it is, because it might not
Alright.
be that epic, or it could be extremely epic. I have a feeling it's going to be pretty
It'd
epic.
be
So that
pretty
is
epic.
28 plus 14.
Okay.
42.
Yeah.
42 damage.
Yeah. How do you want to do this?
Nice.
Honestly, I feel like
Warlocks.
it's more residual energy from Vidya that's like melting it because Witchbolt doesn't go away.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
can
still
redo
got
that.
Yeah.
got the electricity like pouring into it from Vidya, and then Dorian's just like, yeah, let's hit it there. And basically just fires off 2 Eldritch Bolts simultaneously that strike into that weakened spot that's coming apart and fraying from the lightning. And he's gonna just sort of like, more to himself than anybody else, be like, bloody fool.
Warlocks.
If you put your soul or your body in a painting, close the damn door.
Warlocks, we get the shit done.
Warlocks! We get the job done.
So this is let go, and Elmira was still like trying to hold on to that thing she was preparing. She was trying to summon the energy for Fireball. And as you let go into her, she like lets it snap, and it kind of implodes on her as well.
Nice.
So
Good.
this effect, it doesn't like damage much of what's around her, but it sets her on fire. And
You.
she
I was
starts-
ready to counterspell it, but
No.
no, this is fine.
No, no. She starts
This is okay.
charring and she turns around to see Aloysius, the like ghostly Aloysius behind her, and she takes one last like jab, like trying to grab him by the throat. Is that just like spectral? Like, can she like pass through it, or?
It does say specter. It says a cursed specter. Temporary. So
right.
you say is spirit to rise as a specter. So it's not a full physical being. It's not there.
But he's also paint here, so who knows?
Yeah,
it's a beer thing. But he's
so, like,
not
she
there.
keeps
But
on,
he's
like,
there. You know, she
swiping-
smacked some
She
paint.
keeps on swiping through him, and the paint keeps streaking and like trying to like start back. But then like she just keeps on attacking as she's on fire, and she starts setting him on fire, and she's smiling, and she's like. She keeps on swiping through, and she like goes to like the wall, and she just starts swiping on that, and the wall of this painted room starts setting on fire.
We should go. We should go.
Get out of here.
Yes, he died
let's
like
just get out of
2
here.
swipes ago. Let's go.
And Annabelle like lets go of like the despaired servant, and he like pops out of existence back to the dark realm he came from of J.C. Penney. And he and so then she
Turns into a
she,
Jackson Pollock.
she turns back, and she like grabs Harvey's arm and like starts moving him through the doorways back from whence they came, and you start like catching up with everyone who's still like trying to cope with what was going on. She's like, fire.
She trying to like push us all out in front of her.
Yes,
Yeah.
she's trying to push you back.
She tries to
like,
push Vidya.
through the
I'm
door.
grabbing her arm and she's coming with me.
And like there's something you kind of sense in that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the same sense of warmth from Gratia. So you all start like pushing back through, and you eventually get back to the portrait, the oval. Like none of the other ones have had doorways, but this one is a doorway. But even as you go, like the different rooms have also been catching fire. The different portrait rooms.
Cool.
So do you all just like get out of the portrait?
Yeah,
we
get
still
out of
have
there.
the
We're
Oh, yeah.
leaving. Exit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you all exit and run out, like breathing back into the world of air and everything, like one of you, who knows which one, knocks over like the vase, like
Probably
outside,
Harvey.
in like the
No,
real
Harvey.
world. Yeah.
So tall. There's so much.
Last one out,
Oops.
like just like tries to tumble into the table instead of tumbling into the friends. And you knock the vase of like the thing that everyone was trying to paint and was the focus in this painting, and it shatters. And as you look behind you, like the portraits themselves aren't up in flame, but they are like the like embers. They're like it's like a movie credits where they aesthetically burn the paper. Like it's just turning black and the paintings are disappearing.
Nice.
And
Nice.
including the mirror, actually. You start to think that maybe this was actually just a painting as well.
It was a mural, not a mirror.
Oh.
The chills.
And a really good one.
Wow.
And last of all is the oval portrait itself with its missing feature. And with that, we're out of combat. And you're back in the room with the shattered vase of the bouquet.
I think Harvey will try and pick up the vase and the bouquet because he's like, "Oh God, I'm
it's
sorry."
okay. Just let it. Just let it go.
Does he find anything in it?
Roll an insight check.
Okie dokie.
So that's happening. Lori like shakes his hand. He's like, "Ugh, hate fire. I hate fire so much."
That's a natural 20.
Woo!
Okay, as you're just like trying to pick up the flowers, the same floral scent that kind of like hit you for a minute too, or maybe Vidya described it, hits you, and you realize that like this is the key. These flowers, she used them to encode, like, in the Arcana, a lock that you need these pieces of the flowers. You need these pieces of flowers. A child.
That scared me so fucking bad. I'm so sorry. I heard whistling. I was like, what?
He looked horrified.
I
told him not to come up here.
Portrait to your house.
So immersive. Wow.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Continue with your description. What were you saying?
But yes, you you realize that these are the key. That like each flower, you don't even need that much of anything. That's what will unlock it.
Unlock the
manila.
Oh,
what? Just
ooh.
What?
Oh.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh,
Alright,
We're left
chaos hours.
unsupervised.
Chaos hours.
Mom's gone. Let's go.
It's mom's
Oh,
time. Let's
no.
go. But I'm gonna go to break real. Oh, never mind. No,
Oh,
No,
shit.
we're good.
Wait,
Hey
wait,
y'all, how you
Yeah.
doing?
Hey.
There.
Ding dong.
Ding dong.
I don't know what happened. My
I don't know. But let it
Discord
happen.
just like restarted and scared me. Anyway, okay, so like yes, this is the key to the envelope. That's like
The Dorian's been
Okay.
holding.
yeah.
Harvey takes the flowers and he's like, goes up to Dorian. I think you'll need these for the envelope.
Right. Of course. And he takes the offering and like is going to place one of the dead flower heads against the top of the envelope.
Yes, and the Arcana you can like see with your sight is lessening with like that. But it like takes more. There's pieces to this. It takes pieces to unlock. So with each flower and leaf of like each kind of flower that was in the vase is set on it, it unlocks. And soon, like, you just brush away everything you put on there and it's a regular envelope.
How do you crack that one, Harvey? Why don't you do the honors?
And he's gonna
Oh.
hand the envelope to him.
And as,
alright.
as he does that, Basil is like still in the room, and as you guys like all crowded out of the painting, he's like, "Why are they on fire?"
Because there was a lady in there, and then she was at the part of the painting, but she was really a lady that was here before, and then we
don't
killed
need to
her,
know this.
and then
I
everything
don't-
started setting on fire. She started, fire.
I don't want
and was
to-
like,
I
don't
think
want
It's surrealism.
I
It's all
don't want
part of
to
the inspiration.
have anything to do with
It's
this
French. I don't
It's
know.
French.
I don't want anything to do with
British.
this possessed
That's
magical
French.
portrait. I'm fine without.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. Just know
It's-
it's all taken care of.
Not my business.
All that matters.
It's not personal to me. It's fine.
Exactly.
Um,
Everything's fine.
And as you look through this envelope and you look through it, it's different. It's actually stuff addressed to Aloysius. It looks like he was actually being blackmailed by someone. The only initials you're able to find, well, actually, can you roll me an investigation check?
Yes.
Thank you. Lovely.
18.
18. The only initials you're able to see in like the entire thing of the blackmail are I and A. And it's like got feminine writing, and it's like different letters saying like, oh, like if you give me this information on these different class of these different students, I won't tell your wife that you're having an affair. And it's got like detailed descriptions of where he's been going and what he said he was doing and what he was really doing. And it's got 3 different names in who the students that were trying to be researched were. Phelan Van Helsing, Eric, no last name, just simply interested in Eric, and Nicodemus Rappaccini.
hell do they want with Phelan?
Harvey knows
Why me?
exactly who these are from. And goodness gracious, I kind of want him to keep them. So I think he's gonna be like, I think I might know who to give these to for safekeeping. If you guys wouldn't mind that, maybe they could give us some more information. If anyone has a problem with that.
Annabelle like nods her head a little bit, and she's like, I think I know everything I need to know. Thank you.
Oh, so now I'll get back to you with anything else that I found out about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Harvey
then-
just goes, sorry, even though he doesn't know what he's apologizing for. He's like,
No,
Pushes
it's fine.
left.
It's fine. I'll see you on class on Thursday. And she turns back to Vidya behind her, and she goes, I think we have a mutual acquaintance.
I think so too. Take a walk with me.
Yeah. It was nice meeting you all. I hope to see you in less stressful classes. And you, Dorian, it was nice meeting you.
Charmed.
Lydia's
Because she was charmed earlier.
Bruh,
Haha!
bruh,
That
we
is-
can't have nice things. We can't have nice things with you. Lydia's like, bye Lori, bye Harvey, bye Eric, bye Dorian. It just says bye to everyone.
Dorian turns to Harvey like, who was that?
Her name is Vidya. She's very nice.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, she seemed that way. And powerful. Damn.
Oh yeah.
So Annabelle and Vidya start retreating down the steps. And before we get to that, I kind of just want to like resolve y'all in that room. Is that good? So what do you do in just like this? It seems like people are like splitting off as like Basil is like gathering his things and like putting them in the briefcase and like getting that ready.
I think Harvey is probably taking the envelope and getting his things and like packing stuff up, getting ready to go. And so he'll probably look at Dorian and Lori, and I was just like, I'll keep you guys updated about things. Lori, I hope everything goes well for you. Cause and he said that out loud and he didn't mean to, because he was like, you didn't look so good the last time we fought. And he kind of nervously just looks at Dorian and goes, Dorian, it was good to see you. Hope you've been well. Have you been well?
I have been. But I've been worried. Could I help you with your things there, Harvey?
Not sure what you mean.
Carrying your bags and the painting supplies and whatnot. You brought too much.
Oh, sure, yeah. That would actually be very helpful. I did bring too much.
So he goes to lend assistance with that.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys kind of get, and Basil like kind of follows behind a little bit dazed of like, do you guys want to get a drink, or can I go get a drink? Can we go get, I need to decompress.
Drinks on me.
I thought
I'll
sub-
get us
I
all
thought substitute
drinks.
teaching would be less stressful than this. Is this? I don't want to teach a glass rook.
Lori's
yeah.
kind of a little dazed at that moment, and he's just gonna go, I think I'm gonna skip out on that one. I think it's best if I go home. And he just walks out of the room and walks home.
What does Eric do? He kind of.
Well, he's very. He kind of slightly follows Laurie because he doesn't eat or drink or sleep, so he's just.
What a roommate.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah. No mess from Eric. It's like those dishes aren't mine. I don't eat. And he's kind of cheerful. He's like, wow, what a first day. That's awesome.
Oh my god.
I love him.
The way I would die for
God,
him.
our class is way more exciting than I thought it would be. Whoa. Okay.
Can't wait for more class.
I wonder what we fight tomorrow.
Oh my god.
First next class, and Eric just like punches the
he just turns up next class and there's no paintbrushes. It's just weapons. It's just like I'm ready. I'm
Punches a
ready.
painting,
Yeah.
he's like, heck yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tries to jump through other ones on his way home, realizing that they are unfortunate always.
Oh.
He just like taps and goes, nope, not that one. Keep looking.
Every museum.
Oh, he's in nightmare museums now. Yeah, it goes to the Mona Lisa and he just tries to be like, I don't like the look of you. You know something and I don't
When's
like
she
it.
gonna laugh?
Yeah.
All right, then Annabelle and Vidya walk down the steps as like sun has finally set and it's like night.
Mhm.
It's like a warm night.
I think she's like walking with her hands behind her back, kind of like skipping along.
Mhm. What did you lose? What did you give up?
That's a lot to ask for.
Yeah, I know.
I'm assuming we're on
I'm
the
just
same
wondering-
page here. I think
Yeah,
she takes
I'm
like a
just-
moment and she's just like, and she snaps her fingers and I'm sending Grazia away as we're walking. She's like, I think that we're on the same page here about what's going on. We have the same page on, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit book learned first, and then I lost second.
Lost?
No, lost.
Oh.
I think I was wondering if it was a trend with him, if he just goes out and tries to find people who have lost too much.
You'd be correct. It is a bit of a thing he has. I guess
Tell
you
me
could
about
say.
the-
I guess you could say I lost everything.
Oh, me too.
But I'm planning to get it back. At least one
Yeah.
of the things.
You and me both.
Maybe we can help each other.
I'd like that. And if you're that good with art, I'd love to take some pointers from you.
I'm good with a lot of things, but I'm not. I don't dislike God. I only trust him as far as I throw him. Nice to have an ally who understands.
Yeah. I think in both exchanges, in any exchange, the buyer and the seller are both looking to get something.
Sometimes I wonder if he's looking for more than I could pay.
Yeah.
He also sends you on a lot of cryptic messages and quests, and I'm just not here for. I didn't really want to go to art class. It was fine. My friends were there, but I didn't want to go.
I know. Yeah, I think I don't necessarily know if he's malicious. I don't think so. I think he does want to help us, but I don't think if it came to us or him, he would choose us.
I think so too. He wants to help us, but he hasn't quite explained what he wants in return.
No, he doesn't.
I don't like secrets. How about some coffee?
Why are you a glass rook?
Had nowhere else to go.
That seems to be a trend too.
Said I lost everything.
So did I.
Seems we have something in common. How do you feel about coffee?
Oh God, I love it.
I've been drinking mine sweet for far too long. With that damn bird, I want black. Let's go.
Oh, absolutely. And you two sort of just wander off, exchanging similar, just like conversation as you found similar vibes of a soul. And with that, I think that is the end of Life and Death.
Woo! Thank you. Thank you, Faye.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us
Thanks,
today.
everyone.
Thank you, new character.
Yeah.
What?
All right.
Thank you,
Are
Faye.
there Yee Eric? And more things to find out. Perhaps there's a bigger thing going on.
Tomorrow
Yeah.
is Wayward Wanderers, so be sure to roll up on that. Who knows what could go down? Next week will be Paragon Dust as normal, and then Mortal Reverie should be back next Saturday. So miss them. So yeah, be sure to stay tuned. We'll hopefully be having a new art break rolling up probably by the time Paragon Dust happens rather than Wayward. And yeah. Join our Discord to ask all your questions and talk about things and send all your memes. We love to see them, and send all your art. And with that, if nothing else. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you guys in the next stream. Bye.
Bye.